Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Sports TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon, makers of the Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect model for premium sound with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They are the ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit RayconGlobal.com. That's RayconGlobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Up in here. Good God Almighty.
Shout out to BVO Boxing. You understand? Check the boy out. Check the kid out. You understand?
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy BVO Sports TV, man. We back with another video. What a live, man. What's going on? Fight fans, what's going on? It's your boy. Hey, man, shout out to everybody in the building showing love. Shout out to Team Hackett. I seen that Team Hackett went and did an interview with my brother Claymore. I thought it was a great interview. If you get a chance, go check that out. But we're in the house, man. We're here to talk big-time boxing. So we got Teofimo Lopez, man, getting ready to fight one of the best slick black niggas they got to offer. Shakur Stevenson. What you guys think about Teo fighting a guy like Shakur?
I hope Shakur really whooping fine. He needs a butt whooping.
Yeah, you a stone cold racist, man.
Yep.
what you got for me, Free? I got mine.
I mean, it's a good fight. It's a quality fight. This is a fight that a lot of people, as far as the fan base, has been asking for. They want to see Shakur in there with one of his contemporaries. And he's finally getting the chance to fight one of them, which is Teo. This is the first time that Teo has fought a black fighter. But the real question is, what happens after the fight? Because Keyshawn Davis is the mandatory to the winner. So
right.
We know what the rumor is, what the play is supposed to be. If Shakur beats Teo, he's supposed to drop the belt and move back down to 35 and leave the belt out there for Keyshawn to pick it up as the mandatory contender and fight for a vacant. Or if Teo wins, does Teo goes right back into another fight with a slick back fighter and fight Keyshawn Davis? That's the real question after this fight is over and done with. What happens after that?
You know, it's funny you say that. I know we probably would never get it, but I would love to have Teo versus Gary Antoine. We all know that they're close, so I doubt that'll happen. But I definitely would love to see Gary Antoine versus Teo. I think Teo will wash him. I just wish Teo would have took that fight first, because I think Gary Antoine would have been an easier fight than fighting Shakur, because you got a guy like Gary will come right to you, and you know you got to chase Shakur around. I don't know if that was a good idea, in my humble opinion. What would you guys say?
I don't know if Antoine is an easier fight. I know Shakur is the bigger, moneyer fight. Antoine, we know you're going to have to fight when you get in there with Antoine. I don't know. I mean, Teo's not really cracking like that at 140. So, I mean, we know Antoine is definitely one of the biggest punches at 140. He's pretty much stopping just about everybody he's been in the ring with, except for one opponent. So I don't know if Teo really wanting to get in there with Antoine. Antoine want to fight any one of those champions at 140 and Unify. He said he'll fight either one. He named all of them, and he basically said these guys, a female body part, they ain't trying to mix it up. They ain't trying to unify. I'm trying to unify with any one of them. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'll say this. To my brother and saying, I'll say this. I think the thing that's so crazy about it all is that I got a feeling, shout out to my brother Dink. I know Dink is a prime person who would do this. I feel like they're not going to give Teo his credit for going after these slick black fighters because everybody said he couldn't beat one. And he picked the slickest of them all. And I'm just wondering and he said he going to stop Shakur, which I don't believe that to be true. But that's what Teo says. Teo said he wants to stop Shakur and send a message. When you hear Teo say that, I've never really ever heard Teo talk about knocking nobody out. What do you think about Teo saying that he wants to send a message? Y'all hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying, what do you guys think about Teo saying he wants to send a message by knocking Shakur out?
That would be a message being sent if he goes out there and knocks Shakur. That's definitely a message being sent because Shakur is considered one of the best fighters of their generation. I ain't gonna say of this generation because there's a new generation that's coming up now. But Shakur is considered one of the best fighters of their generation. So that would be a message being sent if Shakur gets knocked out by Teo, and that's not only a message being sent to 140. But it's been sent to all of Teo's contemporaries as well. So yeah, that's definitely if he can go out there and do that, he definitely will be sending a message to everybody in the boxing industry.
Yeah, Teo also made a pretty good point in saying that a lot of people have been saying a lot of things about him and Devin Haney, but after he gets done with Shakur, he definitely wants that fight. You guys think? Now we know Devin will take that fight, but how do you guys see a fight like that playing out when you hear Teo saying, hey, a lot of the talk y'all saying is false, I'll fight him next. If he's able to beat Shakur and beat Devin, would that make him the greatest of his generation?
May I interject real quick? Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Good evening to the brothers on the chat. Good evening.
Salute, brother.
First I wanna let me sit up with this one because BBO talking crazy. BBO, did you say that
Don't know. Look like you slipped on the 40 ounce. Go ahead.
Did you say English? Did you say that Teo can beat shit down Gary Antoine Russell's leg? Did you say that?
No, I ain't used the cuss word, but I think Antoine Russell was tailor made for him. Antoine Russell likes to come forward, smother his punches. I mean, Teo piece him up. Salute to my brother DP.
Salute to DP the Rocker, the Lobster. I think Gary Antoine Russell knocks Teofimo out, like literally knock him out cold. Literally just we seen Teo in situations when he fights certain fighters and Teo's just not that good. Now, you just said something about Teo actually wanting to smoke with Devin Haney. Teo could have got smoked with Devin Haney at 35 when Devin Haney was the real WBC champion and Teo was running around. What's cap?
He was never the champion. He was the pride champion. Let's not start that.
Okay, well, we know in the history Devin Haney held the same belt that Floyd Mayweather did and all the rest. The franchise title was not a title. It was actually a trophy. So Teo was never undisputed. But let's just go past that because we know Devin Haney was the quote-unquote real undisputed champion, like the real one. But besides that, does anybody remember, and it's actually on a magazine as well, when Teo set Donald Duck on his head and ran around like this? Yes, he's a duck. Yes, he's a duck. Yeah, you can actually look that up. That's one. So Teo actually been ducking for years. Now let's talk about the. I think my boy D freaking helped me on this one. Was it what was it? Steve Claggett? Was it Claggett that knocked Teo down twice and they didn't call it? Can you help me on that, D freak?
No, that was they.
No. That was Sandro Martin.
Sunday Martinez. Okay, yeah. Okay. So we seen the robbery in that, and we seen what happened with Jermaine Ortiz. With Shakur is a better boxer than both of them. To think that Teo is on the level of Shakur Stevenson is beyond bonkers, because we know Teo has a problem with fighting slick black fighters or anybody that moves and good on their feet. Now the thing was, Teo just turned down $11 million to fight Devin Haney. Let's not forget that either. You know, he turned that down. So I guess his pockets is getting a little low, you know what I'm saying? So he had to take the fight with Core. He didn't want to take the fight with Core. He just wasn't going to get paid because he didn't want to be fighting on Tubi. And honestly, I think Top Rank is done with Teo as well, but Top Rank don't have a home. So he had to take this fight. But in this fight, let's just talk about Shakur's skills. Shakur's has skills second to none. Second to none. The greatest defense. He has a good chin. He showed you he can brawl like he brawled in his last fight, and he showed you angles and he can be out of distance. What happens when Teo throws all these amazing wild shots and Shakur is there not to take them?
I've never seen Teo throw wild shots.
Well, actually, I have. I seen him do it in the Jermaine Ortiz fight he did. I seen him when he fought that plumber guy too, that he took to 12. And for him to knock Shakur Stevenson out, but not knock out, his last knockout was what, Richard Comey?
Yep.
How long
First
ago was
round.
that?
No, it wasn't Richard Coma. It was the dude at 140.
Who?
The guy Errol Spence fought.
Oh, you talking about
Ocampo?
Campus.
Ocampo? Carlos Ocampo?
At 140. That was his last knockout.
Okay. What up, DP?
Carlos Ocampo. It wasn't Carlos Ocampo. It was Campus. That's not the same one.
Okay, yeah, he's saying
Campus.
Yeah, it's a different
guy.
guy.
Had his face swelled up real bad. The one that had Teo's eyes and stuff swelled up real bad. Shakur Stevenson is not that. You know, I don't knock Teo or the skills, the limited skills that Teo has, but understanding that. Hold on, brother. I didn't interrupt you, brother. I did not interrupt you, brother. I didn't interrupt you, brother. The limited skills that Teo has. When he's going in here with, I mean, we got him and we got Shakur and Devin neck and neck pretty much when it comes to the skills department. When you're throwing shots and you can't hit them, when you're out of range, you know what I'm saying, and moving the best like Teo can do. Can we admit this, BBOs? Because you know you're an honest guy to me. You know what I'm saying? You got an honest face to me. Can we admit that Shakur Stevenson has the best feet in the game and the best defense in the game as of right now?
This is a sick Negro.
I understand that, but can you answer the question?
No.
Can you answer the question?
Shakur
Stevenson. Okay. No. Okay. Well, we know Shakur Stevenson has the best feet in the game. He's very elusive.
Says who?
We know that Teo, the tapes.
Oh my God.
Go back and look at the tapes. Go look at the tapes. I think what we're about to see in this matchup, I think we're gonna see Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez part 2. I'm gonna land my plane there because you're gonna say some ridiculous things, and I'm gonna come back with even more facts.
Well,
salute to my brother Price. Salute to everybody in the chat. Dang Father, DP Rocker, my family.
I'll say this, man. Shout out to my nephew, man. My man, Insane. But let's get back to reality. Teo fought Lomachenko when he was still Lomachenko. Not when he was finished. Not when he had already got beat to death a bunch of times. He only had one loss when we got to him. And then on top of that, we beat him. And then we go against Josh Taylor, who was an absolute monster, beat Jose Ramirez, beat Regis Prograis, who for a long time was Devin Haney's best win. You know, we go in there and style on Josh Taylor in ways that we had never seen. But let me back up for just 1 second. Even before we got to the Loma fight, we knocked out one of the most fire-breathing niggas they had from Africa, Richard Comey, beat him dead. Then we go in there with a monster. Before we fought Richard, we fought this monster, Nakatani, big, tall dude, beat him dead. Then we beat Richard. Then we go against Loma. And then we step right to Josh Taylor. And then from Josh Taylor, guess what we doing? Stepping right to Shakur, man. So it's like, to hear the cat, you know, Teo was very much like Hector Camacho. The bigger, the blacker the nigga is, the better he beats.
That's crazy.
That's what he does. That's what he
crazy.
does.
You're missing a couple of fights. You're missing some fights.
You bring us the biggest, blackest nigga, we gonna beat him.
You're missing some fights. You're missing a lot of fights.
Right after Loma, he stepped right to Johnson.
Right to Loma, he stepped to Josh Taylor. You're missing some fights.
Hold on. We're not trying to be technical. We're just talking. I'm giving you a synopsis of the man's.
No, give the people the right information, because people are casuals and they will run with the wrong information. No, give them the right information.
Took my man Oakland LET TV, man. I'm giving the right information. I'm telling you what we do. We go in there with the slickest, blackest niggas y'all got and beat them dead. And I don't know if it's gonna be different with Shakur.
Can you name the black? Can you name one American slick black fighter that he fought? American slick black fighter that he fought? American slick black fighter that he fought?
He didn't fight with those slick niggas yet. He hasn't fought
a slick black fighter. He never fought
a
black fighter.
Shout out, Ken.
As people like to call them, they like to call them slick black fighters. He has never fought a black fighter. This will be the first one that he fought.
Richard Gomez.
Black fighters.
Once again, y'all keep saying Richard Comey. He's not a black fighter. He's an African fighter. His heritage is African. His homeland is Africa. That's where he's from. That's what he is. A black fighter is an American fighter. So, like I said, he has never fought a black fighter.
My thing was this, and like I said, I give Tio a lot of respect for taking this fight. I give him a lot because he said some harsh things that he needs to be brought to justice from. And hopefully my half Puerto Rican, half black brother, which we all know is going to box circles around this dude. But I do give him props for taking the fight. But what I want to know is, as a fan of Tio's BVO, how did you feel when you heard Tio turned down $11 million to fight Devin the Dream Haney, Mr. PTSD himself?
Well, I think you're a sick Negro for trying to make fun of people with PSTD or whatever. I think you're a sick Negro for making fun of people with those kind of issues. But I say this: is Tio perfect? No.
PTSD.
But to me, I say this: out of all the young fighters, I've said this for years. The Puerto Rican Prince D Freak will attest to this. I've always felt like out of the young guys that were coming up, now they're not so young, they're all in their late 20s, early 30s. Tio and Devin have been the two niggas who want to fight everybody. I truly believe that. Like, I'm not even saying it to be biased, because at the end of the day, I'm like my brother Jim Lampley. I'm not gonna be biased no more. I'm gonna just tell you what I see. And what I simply see is this.
You might not be biased, nigga, but you sure is lying.
Hold on. We're not gonna go and call people ends and racial epithets. We're not gonna do that because you're my brother and I love you. So what I'm gonna tell you is this: we can say what we want, but Tio and Devin, in my opinion, were the leaders of the new school. They got a fight. Tio didn't take the fight numerous times. I give you that. Numerous times. Shakur had a few offers from Tank he didn't take. People don't always take the fights when you want them to, but I say this: if what we seeing with Shakur and Tio, probably will be a technical fight. I'm just wondering, can Tio's athleticism beat Shakur's technicality? Because Shakur is one of the best technical fighters in the game. I'm just wondering, is Tio's athleticism going to put him over the top? So it's going to be a good fight no matter how you do it. But I just think, in my humble opinion, I'd rather have a guy that's an athlete more than I would a guy who's a technician. Because, and you know, we seen what Shakur is doing. Shakur done got his gap fixed, so he been to the dentist. So he touching some major cheese. He doing his thing. And I think he really wants to show how great he is. I mean, and say what you want, he fighting the Ring Magazine champion at 140. We talk a lot about Gary Anton Russell. Guess what? Gary Anton Russell ain't the Ring Magazine champion. Tio is. And he got it from the man. So, I mean, however you want to place it, you can put like your biases. You can say, I hate DVO because he's black. He's from Cleveland. You know, he's so fly. He's so cool. You can say all that, but I'll say this. Tio does what a lot of people's favorite fighter won't do, and that's take tough fights. I mean, when he fought Loma, he was 23. We even got video of Tank saying the only guy that fought top people at that point, I think this is around 2017, 16, 17, somewhere around there. No, it was around 2021, 21, 22, somewhere around there, right after the pandemic. Tank himself said the only person that really fought somebody was Tio. So I mean, say what you want. We got another slick black nigga on the plate, and what always happens when Tio fights monsters, he turns into Godzilla every time. This dude is a monster. I mean, we talking about probably one of the best boxers in boxing. Shakur is nice. Shakur beat Willie Zepeda, who's a monster. So I think y'all should give Tio his credit for going against this big black Puerto Rican nigga. I don't know why y'all not giving no credit, but
that's crazy.
It is what it is.
Hold on. I'm gonna go back to a couple of things that you said. First of all, nobody was up here talking about Antoine. You brought Antoine up. That's what you brought up. So you said we talk about Antoine, but Antoine ain't the champion. You was the one talking about Antoine, not me. I didn't bring Antoine up. You said you thought that Tio should fight Antoine. So I guess you was talking about yourself when you were saying that. Second of all, you said you got another slick black fighter on the plate. That's the first one. It's not another. It's the first one. He ain't never fought a slick black fighter. So that's another thing. Now you said that Tio and Devin wants to fight everybody. Well, one person has actually tried to fight everybody. Another one just called out a bunch of people's names. He never tried, and when the offer was given to him, the man goes the opposite direction. So you said he wants to fight everybody. I don't see it that way. I see he uses everybody to get promoted as a clout chase. I think that's what he does. Because he had opportunity, he could have fought Devin Haney. He said, "You're the franchise. I'm the franchise champion. That means I can make you my mandatory anytime I want to." So if he wanted that Devin Haney fight, he could have had it, and Devin Haney would have been his mandatory. He would have been the A side because he would have been the mandatory. He would have been the A side. He wouldn't have to take lower money to Devin Haney in that situation, but he didn't really want to fight. He's not going to fight Devin Haney at no point in time in his career. He's not going to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is way too big for him now.
They said the same thing about Sugar Ray Leonard fighting the Marvelous One, and he still fought him.
But you just want to cut people off. Nobody said nothing while you was talking. I was saying quiet. I was sitting quiet. But like I said, he's not going to fight Devin Haney. I mean, we're not going to see that. The same way you said we would never see Tank Davis, we would never see Tank and Shakur, we would never see Tank and Devin, we would never see Tio and Devin. Tio's not going to fight Devin. But no, Tio, he's a good talker, but no, he's not backing it up. Now, I give him credit. He took this fight, and this could be a fight that changes everything. But I don't believe that Tio beats Shakur Stevenson. I've seen multiple fights from Tio. I watched Tio fight. I watch how he moves. And when Tio has to be the guy that comes forward, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good at all. And Shakur is a counterpuncher. Shakur is going to sit right there in that pocket. What we saw from Lamont Roach on Saturday, that's pretty much what you're going to see from Shakur. He's going to be a guy that's going to sit in the pocket, judge his distance. He's not going to overextend. He's not going to overexert himself. He's going to allow his opponent to be the one that got to make that first move. Shakur has no problem. He's a longer rangier fight at one. He has no problem just sitting in the pocket and throwing a jab and hitting you with the jab all night. Shakur don't mind it being boring. Tio is the one that wants to put on a show for everybody. He wants to jump around the ring and tap his foot while he throwing punches and all that. Shakur don't care about doing none of that. Shakur would sit there and be boring and jab you all the way to a championship. So the person that's going to overexert themselves is going to be Tio, and he's going to leave himself open to get counter shot all night. So I don't think Tio beats Shakur. I don't give Tio probably more than maybe 4 rounds in this fight. If he gets 4, maybe 4 rounds.
And I'm gonna say this, DP. Shoot to my brother DP, man. The thing that you got to remember is Sugar Ray Leonard waited a long time to fight the Marvelous One. He fought Tommy Hearns in his 20s, but he did not fight. He did not fight the Marvelous One until his 30s. And the main thing that he did was he actually even spent 3 years out the ring. Well, I think he had a detached retina. I remember they had gotten the suits and said this would be a good fight, but I guess it'll never happen. And it ended up happening. So all I'm saying is this. This dude, I would just say this. We got to stop playing games Like, we don't see that Tio has done a lot of great things in boxing. I'm not saying he's been perfect. No champion is perfect. But what you seeing as far as actually getting tough fights and beating those guys, Josh Taylor, I know everybody, because it's been a lot of people are new to YouTube, new to boxing, but Josh Taylor was terrorizing 140. I seen him go in there and beat Jose Ramirez to death. And I always had a disdain for Jose Ramirez because he beat one of my favorite black slick fighters was Amir Imam. You guys probably never heard of Amir Imam, the young master. So I seen Jose beat the life out of him. And now Tio was doing what they said he wouldn't do. He said, give me the slickest, blackest nigga you got, and I'm going to beat him. And when he beats him, I hope he gets Devin Haney, because that's another slick black nigga that I think we should get. And to be honest, I think boxing is going in a great direction. But let me ask you guys this. This is something that came across my desk, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. We got my man, I want to say his name is Ishbek. I think I'm saying his name wrong, but my man is 52 years old, and he wants to make a comeback and be the oldest heavyweight champion. What do you guys think about a 52-year-old man saying he wants to be the heavyweight champion?
Well, this is my thing, because I don't want to give. I wrote a couple things down that you said here, and I actually want to. I don't want you to get past this, so I will be doing myself a disservice if I did not bring it up. You said Tio was the more athletic one than Shakur Stevenson. That turned out to be a lie. I don't know where you got that from.
How so? Have you seen Tio?
I don't know where you got that from or where you heard that from, but that is a total lie. So please don't repeat that lie. We know.
Let me hold on before you go on. You say that's a lie. Let me ask you this: can Shakur do a backflip?
Are you for real?
No, if you talk about, let's talk about being athletic.
Shakur can run up a wall or a tree and do a backflip.
No, can he stand still and do a backflip? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he can.
I've never seen him do it. Stop the cap.
It doesn't matter if you've seen it. We already know what his genetics say he can.
Why that's so amazing.
Oh my goodness!
If you can do a backflip as a human man, you on another level. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm a Lakers fan. I don't know if you ever heard of the Los Angeles Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal was 330 pounds and could do a standing backflip. When you can do a backflip and you standing up, you're an athletic dude.
Oh, that's good like, for you.
Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Go to your next point.
That's good for him. We know Shakur is the more athletic. We've seen it in
fight
every
that he has. Got curly hair. That's all you saying.
And we know that Shakur Stevenson keeps up his stamina. He has better stamina than a Teofimo Lopez. Second of all,
when have you ever seen Tio tire in a fight?
I've seen Tio tire in several fights.
Name him.
I seen him tire in the Lomachenko fight.
No, Lomo's kicking his head in.
I seen him tire in the Loma fight. I seen him tire in the Jermaine O'Neal fight. I'm Jermaine O'Neal, my bad.
Jermaine O'Neal?
Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz fight. Hey, Jermaine O'Neal will obliterate Tio. Who else? I seen him gas out in a couple of fights, right? But let's move forward. Then you said that Tank said Tio was the only guy fighting people as if Devin Haney wasn't fighting.
This is before Devin. Hold on. Before you pickle pull, this is before Devin fought. This is early in their career. This is like around. I want to say it's right before the pandemic or right after the pandemic. I'll find the clip for you.
2020. Okay,
yeah, 2020.
Devin Haney had already fought Jojo Diaz and Jorge Linares.
Both of those guys were has-beens at that time. Stop playing.
No, actually, Jojo Diaz was on the rise. Actually, Jojo Diaz was on the rise and moved up because he was a world champion. Jojo Diaz had just won his world title and moved up as a champion. Now
he didn't. He won his champion when he beat TF at 130. Man, you gotta have the facts, bro.
Hold on.
You gotta have the facts, man. But salute to my brother Insane. My man had on some business right now. We gonna continue this, but his name is Ishibushi. If I'm gonna say it, Ishibushi. Go ahead.
Man, Ishibushi better get his booty up out of here. He gonna get beat.
Anyway,
he's gonna get his head beat.
He's 52, and he says he wants to come back and he wants to be world champion and beat George Foreman's record. Do you think at 52 years old, we've seen him sparring against F.A. Ajagba, and F.A. Ajagba was really beating him dead? What do you think about a 50-year-old man trying to be champion again?
My bad, gentlemen. But
I I don't think this is the era. I don't think this is the era that he wants to do that in. When George Foreman did it, it was during an era where the guys wasn't as strong and as big as they are now. So George Foreman was probably one of the biggest guys in heavyweight at that time when George Foreman came back. He was like 260 pounds. And he was like, I think George Foreman at that time, I think George Foreman was like 6'3", 6'4". He was like 260 pounds. So no, this dude coming in there fighting guys like Triple D, fighting guys like Fabio Ward, Mosey, even guys like Dagon Richard Torres at this point. No, he's fighting young guys that has a lot of power, a lot of energy. At 52 years old, he don't want to get in the ring with somebody like one of those guys because he's gonna get beat up badly, and God forbid he gets unalived in that ring.
Right. What would you saying about a 52-year-old man trying to be heavyweight champion?
I believe in everything that D3 says, but I'm gonna have to make my own opinion about this, man. If you feel like you got it in you, man, go on and come and see what you got, man. Try your luck. I don't think it's gonna work out for you, but I never want to stop a person from their dreams are getting a payday. So if you feel like you can step in with these guys, try your luck. That's all I can tell you. He might shock the world. You know what I'm saying? He might shock the world. So give him a chance. The only time when you fail if you don't try. So go and try your luck and see where you get to. See what happens. I mean, I don't think it's wise, but hey, who am I to stop you?
But let me ask you guys this. I don't know.
I mean, hold on, be real quick before you move on. I mean, the man tried all this time. He hasn't got it. What makes you think you're gonna get it at 52? You didn't get it in your younger years. You definitely ain't gonna get it at 52.
I mean, maybe he had a vision. Maybe he had a dream. You know what I'm saying? You have a dream, you follow the dream. I have a dream. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he must have had a dream like my brother Sean Haney. He must have had a dream.
Yeah, hey, whatever dream it was, it came back right because that boy lost to Rolly Romero's next fight. Come on, now. You don't beat Devin Haney and lose to Rolly Romero.
So let me ask you guys this. So my man Joseph Parker went on an interview. And he's saying that he was never on drugs, that they setting him up, and his B sample shell proved that he wasn't dirty. What do you think about Joseph Parker going on this media tour saying that him testing positive was not real? You guys take his word for it?
Man, first of all, Joseph Parker, he only had a picogram of yayo in his system, a picogram. However much that is, a billionth of a picogram of yayo that came up in his sample. Boy, them tests ain't lying on you, boy. You wouldn't see the people. You got right. You thought it wasn't gonna show up because it was a picogram, and it came back. I'm tired of these boxers getting caught with drugs in their system, whether it be PEDs or extracurricular activity drugs. You, David Benavidez, y'all mess with them same Colombians, and they got you right. I mean, don't be ashamed of it. Say I took a picogram of a bump, and you know what I'm saying, it came back. I mean, just it is what it is.
But every time you hear Joey Parker talking about God, he's talking about how he gave his life back to God. Shoot the vacay bay. But that's what he always saying. He always talking about God.
Hey, what I will say is, maybe he had a poppy seed bagel or something, because he might have. I mean, because if you eat a poppy seed bagel and you take a urinalysis, you will pop dirty. You will pop dirty. That's a known fact. Poppy seeds, you're going to pop dirty. So maybe that's what it was. He had a poppy seed bagel earlier that morning before he took the urinalysis, and
that's crazy.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard.
That's wild.
So long. That boy be like,
no, I mean it's 100. You can look it up. It's 100% fact. If you go to any laboratory, they will tell you, do not eat a poppy seed bagel. Do not use this. Do not do that. Poppy seed bagel is literally on the list of what not to do before you take a urinalysis, because you will pop dirty.
Yeah, I heard that was set.
The only problem I have with that is, where did he get the poppy seed bagel? Because we know what comes from poppy seeds when you mine it the right way. So where did he
It is
get
not
that at?
yayo.
No, I mean, no, poppy seed bagels are sold in the grocery store. What are you talking about? They sell poppy seed bagels.
No, what
everywhere.
he's saying is that's more of an opioid that you get from poppy seeds. You don't get what was in him from poppy seeds.
Hey, I'm just trying to get a man the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he had one of those. I'm trying to get a man the benefit of the doubt. He said he ain't do no.
You say he ain't do no yayo.
He said he ain't doing no yayo, so maybe he had a poppy seed. Man, I'm trying to get a man the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I know it will never pop up in my system. I know that. It will never pop up in my system.
D-Free, as my public pretender, you are fired. Thank you. Come again.
Hey, let me ask you guys this. It's another thing that I was reading about that kind of got me laughing to myself. What do you guys think about Richard Torres supposedly getting cold feet and fighting Frank Sanchez, saying that it might not be enough money? What do you guys think about that?
I'll let Prize
I think what he meant to say. I think what he meant to say was he doesn't have enough skills. Not that it might not be enough money. He might meant to say he don't have enough skills to get in there with Frank Sanchez. So, he don't want to get in there.
Hold on, but we should have get beat dead by Caballero. That don't count?
Yeah. But Caballero didn't say it wasn't enough money. Well, hold on. Listen to what you just said. Caballero beat the brakes off of him, but Caballero didn't say it wasn't enough money for me to go in there and beat the brakes off of him. He said, "Okay, you giving me that? Bet I'm gonna go in there and beat the brakes off." This man, Richard Torres, probably haven't seen close to $1 million in his career yet for a single fight. Talking about it's not enough money, man. You know you're gonna get your head beat in. That's what the problem is.
Hold on, let me hit this picogram, what they call Joseph Parker sample.
Hit this picogram.
I hit a billionth of a picogram. What it sound like? What it sound like is that Teofimo Lopez language that is not enough money and this and that. You know, we got a lot of ducks in boxing. You know what I'm saying? We had dudes running around with ducks on their head. We got Lomachenko ducking. We got Tank Davis ducking. We got all these dudes ducking. And I guess in the heavyweight division, Frank Sanchez is one of those guys that have dudes ducking. Now, we know Frank to be having them Cuban skills. You know what I'm saying? He come from this Cuban school of boxing. And he was just going to box this dude's ears off. But what I'm trying to figure out right now, and D-Free, can you back me up on this one? If you can, if you may. Would I be going to jail for doing what I just did, that Joseph Parker with a picogram, a billionth of a picogram?
You go. The man shit ain't doing it, saying you cold, insane.
Your body does not naturally. Your body, me. I'm a space alien, as you guys can see. I'm an alien. This is my real face here. So, in my culture, as being a non-alien, I don't know what the human body has, but as we studied the human body, we seen there was not yayo in the human body. You had to ingest yayo. So, what do you want me to do? Look, instead of Joseph Parker doing like this, fighting, he was doing like this. You can't see me. He was doing a Tony Yayo. You know what I'm saying? No wonder he wasn't throwing punches when he got hit. That picogram kicked and he was like this. Look. Eyes like Taco had. Man.
Hey, man. Shout out to Bug Eyes. But
wait, let me say one more thing. And for you to want to fight back at 52 years old, you probably own that same thing that they own. But go ahead, though.
I mean, I think Bluche is bored. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a report that came out where Vladimir Klitschko wanted to come back because he was bored. You know, Vladimir Klitschko be running 5-6 miles like it's nothing. So I mean, some guys, it's just in them. Some of these guys love. But I heard Floyd say he's not opposed to coming back and fight. And Floyd is old as hell. So I mean, I don't know. But you usually got to rip the shorts off of him because we seen Shakur Leonard was old. Ain't that when he fought Ken? What's his guy? Terry Norris and
The white
Hector
guy.
Camacho. Yeah, he fought a bunch of tough dudes like right before he quit.
Well, if I may interject myself, I remember a speech that made total sense when I watched Balboa.
Mhm.
Balboa said that he has this beast inside of him that he's trying to tame. And once
Right.
he was done fighting Antonio Tarver, he was like, the beast is gone, and he just felt happy. He was satisfied. These guys have this warrior mentality to where you know, a warrior dies in battle, and they feel like if I may go in the ring because this is what I love to do. It's a warrior spirit. It's a real warrior spirit. And some people have to go out on their shield to where they go out with a smile on their face because they was doing what they love to do. If that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. I just want to bring this one thing up as we go to this next topic, and then we're going to just talk some boxing. What do you guys think about Ja Obertai breaking his opponent's neck with a punch? I've never heard of that. Apparently, the young man will make a full recovery, but he broke the man's neck in the fight. And I'm just wondering, do we really think the Mexican Pussycat will go in there with a guy that's breaking people's neck with punches? Do we think that for real? I mean, y'all think David Benavidez, the Pussycat, will really go in there with a dog like Caballero? Caballero broke a man's doggone neck. You can look that up. He broke his last opponent's neck. Is he the scariest man in boxing? Because I became a fan of Ja Obertai on Saturday morning. What about you guys?
Well, the thing is, the first thing I would ask is, salute to my brother BFTB, my brother D Free, showing much love to the grave digger. My thing is this, man. First thing I will ask for drug testing, Olympic style drug testing, because if you hitting that hard, you sound like you hitting harder than poor people live. If you broke a man's neck, I want to see the analogy of your urine and blood samples to see, do I feel like David Benavidez can go in there and maul him? Yes, I do, because you can have power punchers, but skills always pays the bills. And with the right skills, you can do the same thing Devin Haney just did to Brian Norman. Neutralize him and put him back where he needed to be, in the losers column. So shout out to the guy. Hopefully the guy gets better with his neck broken, but I hope that they took urine and blood, and we need to see what's going on with that. That's very alarming.
Y'all never heard of that. Had you ever heard of that? Free somebody breaking somebody's neck?
Yeah. Who are we talking about first of all?
Ja Obertai, his last opponent, this past Saturday morning, he fought at 4. He broke the opponent's neck. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
I mean, we heard the story of I forgot who the heavyweight fighter that broke a man's spine from hitting him with a body shot. So we heard of the story. I think it was it? I'm trying to remember. Was it the heavyweight fighter or was it Sugar Ray Robinson? I can't remember who it was. But
Sugar Ray Robinson on the live.
You look it up.
I know him about on the live and the guy.
No, I know that. But if you hit a person, I mean, it can happen. But I don't know. I didn't see the punch. I didn't see the fight. Say, because I think he might have fractured a bone in his vertebrae or in his neck area. And of course, once something is fractured, is literally, that's a break. It's fractured is a break. A fracture is nothing but a crack of the bone, so it's a break.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that he literally broke the man's neck like that, because if the man finished did he finish the fight? I mean, did he?
No, he knocked him out
dead.
No, he knocked him out dead. No, the guy was rushed to a medical facility.
Did he knock him out with the punch? That's what I'm saying. It could have been the way he hit him,
because he hit the ropes real hard. I don't know if you've seen the clips of it, but he hit the ropes really
That's what I'm
hard.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It could have been the way that he fell that broke his neck. It might not have been the actual punch. Could have just been the way that he fell.
Do I hear anybody talking? D-Free, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think BBO froze.
Yeah,
Okay, BBO.
I think BBO froze up real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Free. Like I say, man, that's some incredible power there. Like I said, I didn't see the punch. You said he felt kind of awkward on the ropes. Maybe that's what was going on there, and they rushed him to the hospital. But man, much prayers for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? That could be very trauma, and that's a long road to travel back from, especially a injury of that sorts. You know what I mean?
What are they calling the actual injury?
I'm not sure what the actual injury is, but if you have a cracked bone anywhere in your body, it's a fracture, but it's a break. It's 100% a break. And if your neck is broken, you know what I'm saying, it could have been more damaging things. A person can be never get back up from a situation like that. So we just hoping for a full recovery. But this is the hurt business. So things like that happen in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Since we waiting on my guy to get back.
Shout out to Vacay, man. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like button.
Definitely.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. But no, I agree with everything that Insane just said. I didn't see the actual fight, so I don't know. This is and I believe what BBO was saying. I'm not saying that he up here lying or anything like that. I believe what he's saying is true. So I can't really speak on it. All I can say is maybe it was the way that the guy fell or something like that. I don't think it was the actual punch, but it could have been. I don't know. But nevertheless, I still think David Benavidez, putting the right game plan together, he can beat him. I don't think. I mean, there's nobody in the sport of boxing that's literally invincible, that can't be beat. Anybody can be beat on any given night. It's just a matter of who comes in there with the right game plan on the right night. I mean, you can have the very best boxer in the world and the very worst boxer in the world. But if the worst boxer put the right game plan on and the best boxer have the worst game plan, we could see an upset. It happened many times before. So anybody
in any sports, 2-3.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say that he can't be beat. I think Ja Overtime is a great opponent. He's a great champion. He's one of the best cruiserweight champions of his era. So I think if David Benavidez is not getting the recognition of being a pound for pound fighter, a great fighter, or anything like that, if he goes through these next 4 opponents, well, he already took 1 out. If he goes through the next 3 and then get Ja Overtime and beat Ja Overtime, you gotta say he probably, if not the number 1 pound for pound fighter, got to be up there number 2, number 3.
Do you have him anywhere up in your 10 free now, Benavidez?
Me personally, I got David Benavidez number 2.
Number 2?
I got him number. Yeah, I got him number 2 because I don't go off of accolades. And I'm looking at David Benavidez, what he is doing to his opponents. Right. No matter what their skill level is, what David Benavidez is doing to his opponent. I see him fight brawlers. I seen him fight boxers. I seen him fight counter punchers. I seen him fight guys that like to be dirty. This man, David Benavidez, is taking out every one of his opponents. Whether he's stopping them or he just beating them up, he's taking out every one of his opponents. Yeah, so
I like David Benavidez. I don't got him that high up on the list, but I got him on my list. I actually probably need to make a new list. Go ahead, Insane.
I don't have David Benavidez up that high. I actually got him on number 6, but I gotta ask my brothers a question because I like a difference of opinion. Where do you guys think the boxing is headed to with the amount of ducking that's going on in the sport of boxing today? And people being actually okay with saying it out loud.
Yes, it's like wrestling. You can just. It's always been the Wild Wild West, but now the ducking that's going on is at an all-time high. I don't think I've ever seen this much ducking going on. Maybe I was younger and stuff was going down that I didn't know. I didn't care about the business of the boxing. I just cared about fights. But the ducking that's going on now is just nasty, man. You got guys like Rolly saying, "I'll never find Devin Haney. I'm trying to make money." Then what? Well, who are the people you think you gonna get money with? So you got
Yeah,
stuff like that
I
going
don't.
on, and it's just whack, bro. Go ahead, Free.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I don't know. It could have been just as much ducking back in the day when we say with the golden era of boxing, but we didn't have social media, so we wasn't
Yeah,
we
that's what I'm
wasn't
saying. Yeah,
given the privilege of having all of the information given to us. We was only going by what was being put out there and what we was reading. That's all we were going by. So we would say, okay, this man want to fight this man, and this man said, okay, when there's an opportunity for them to fight, they're going to fight, and then they end up fighting. But we don't know all of the particulars in between that this man was literally his mandatory or he was giving him more money to fight him and all that stuff. We don't know all of that stuff because we didn't have the internet, we didn't have social media back then. So it could have been going on the same exact way. It just we wasn't privileged to the inside information that we're privileged to now. Because now we can actually speak with the boxers, speak with the managers, the trainers, and things like that. So we can get information that back in the 80s and in the early 90s we wasn't privileged to. We wasn't privileged to that information.
We definitely wasn't.
You're 100% correct on that. My thing is this, man. Since I've been enjoying the sport of boxing, this new era, guys, they don't have no shame in ducking, man, and they do it. The things that Tank Davis is doing now, calling out Pitbull Cruz for his next fight when he should be fighting Lamont Roach. The way these boxers don't understand who truly pays their bills. What you have to understand is we pay your bills. We come to see you, we come to be the butts in the seats, bro, to come see you to pay for your lavish lifestyle. So the disrespect that we get is insanity, and then the major ducking that we get is insanity. Rolly Romero and these fans as well are praying to God they don't have to see. I heard a fan say, "I pray to God Rolly Romero goes another way." Rolly Romero says he wants the big fights. Well, there's no bigger fight at that weight class than Devin Haney.
That's what I don't understand. You're saying. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. Like, I'm never fighting Devin. Like a little girly man.
Right.
He running around here like a miss nigga, and he needs to be stopped. I don't like that kind of talk. So, like, who else? That's what my question was. Who is he going to fight to make this kind of money that he's talking about at welterweight?
Well, that's when I was stating. You're not going to get any money at the welterweight division if you're not facing Devin Haney, and I don't think Manny Pacquiao garners that much money anymore just off of namesake from what we've seen what he just did with Mario Barrios. I believe that Rolly Romero is drinking the juice to where he feels like he's a star, the same as Richard Hitchison telling Gary Antoine Russell, you need to do something in the sport and build your name up. Brother, you haven't even built your name up.
Yeah.
You only fought George Kambosos, who's been stopped and beat up multiple times. The level of audacity of these fighters and this diva attitude that these guys got, they're destroying the sport of boxing. And I believe if people don't want to believe it, but Devin Haney is the money man. Devin Haney's the money man, and that's who you're going to have to go through to get money. So when you say you want big fights, there's no bigger fights than Devin Haney. And I know somebody's going to say in the chat, oh, what about Ryan Garcia? Well, Ryan Garcia does not sell unless he's with a Tank Davis or a Devin Haney. So the sport of boxing right now is in a kind of effed up place, and hopefully fans like us can fix it.
Let me ask you this though. My bad. I had a little technical difficulty.
You just fell down the steps and woke back up.
But with Devin kind of being the last man standing, do you guys think that this pushes him up as far as in popularity now? Because I mean, let's be honest, Tank is as good as gone. Canelo, we don't know what's gonna happen with him. At this point, the main name we probably will hear is Devin Haney. Is this a chance for Devin to really become, that beloved guy he always wanted to be?
Well, the thing about this, and Devin Haney is not loved, but only by real fans and non-racists. But love is hate. You know what I'm saying? It's a thin line between love and hate. So the same people that hate him will pay money to see him, whether they see him win or lose. And I think that's where you need to be in the sport, in that fine gray area, because just because you love Devin or just because you hate Devin, you know he fighting and you want to see him either win or lose. That's the Floyd Mayweather money print. You know what I'm saying? That's the
But insane people act like Devin ain't got no fans though. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I got a 22-year-old. Him and his friends know and like Devin Haney. They like him. You know what I'm saying? So the people trying to create a fake narrative that, oh, he don't got no fans, it's just Tank Davis haters. Man, you crazy, man. Devin had a whole army ride with him before he got that WBC belt, bro. So, like, I don't understand where the hate come from, man. I think he's very popular. People know who he is. He like I said, he's one of the money men in the sport of boxing today. So how?
Well, you know, like the great late Eazy-E said, any publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad, as long as you guys are spending money to either see me or listen to me. And I think Devin Haney, whether you love him or hate him, that's a fan base too. Because if you dislike Devin Haney, that's a fan base of people that dislike you. They're gonna pay money. If you love Devin Haney, you're gonna spend money because you love Devin Haney. Like I said, being in that fine gray line in the middle is where you want to be, because you want both sides to come see you. You want this side want to see you lose, and this side want to see you win.
Yep.
So that line.
The only thing about Devin is
for the boxing.
He fighting across the world and still has a fan base. I mean, I think the nigga just got done fighting in Saudi Arabia and still got fans. I mean, I think that says a lot, to be going across the world and you got people like us who would stand up and watch the fight. Actually, the fights were really convenient. I gotta say that. But you got people who watching him and he fighting across the world. I mean, I think I enjoy that about that. What about you guys?
Yeah, he's a real American. You know, that's a real American story right there. A kid, don't matter how he grow up, because we all grow up different. So you can't throw that in. It has nothing to do with anything. The kid goes around the world and he does what he's supposed to do. Ain't nobody looking for smoke but him and like two other people.
I get what you're saying. But let me drop these bars real fast. See, what Devin Haney is the real meaning of a world champion, because he won his title and defended his title on different soil and around the world.
Call him that. But yeah. I get exactly what you mean. Yep. He fighting around the world. But I just say this though, Prize. I think no matter what Devin do, he'll never be able to compete with what people saying, because it's just lies.
You got a bunch of punks running around the internet making it hard for casual fans, just making up stuff as they go along, and just
they said that the Brian Norman fight wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
I remember as soon as it was announced, there were people saying the fight won't happen.
Oh, Devin's gonna pull out. Oh, it's not gonna be this. It's not gonna be that. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all some pickle pullers, bro.
Well, let me ask
my words to my mother.
Let me ask my brothers this: when did hate ever stop? When did hate or love ever stop a paycheck from getting cash?
Right. I'm pretty sure they hate me on my job, but they can do but cut the check.
Right. Let's stop this. Nobody wants to be hated, bro. I don't care who you are. You could be the baddest nigga in the world. You don't want nobody to hate you.
Floyd, he loves to be hated.
Well, the thing is,
Floyd is corny, man. I don't think people hate Floyd. Floyd is corny.
The thing
Floyd is corny. That's the problem with Floyd. Go ahead.
I can tell y'all somebody right now who loves to be hated. He used it as fuel and adrenaline. The late great Kobe Bean Bryant. He loved going in Boston and they hated him because those bulls end up becoming cheers, because the same people that loved you that hated you during the journey, they end up loving you towards the end.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's why I would have
Kobe Bean got all his love toward the end.
He didn't start getting hated until he had that stuff in Colorado.
Kobe was hated the day he put on a Laker jersey.
No.
I'm gonna tell you about the fan base. I'm gonna tell you about the fan base.
Talking about Philly? Okay, I'll give you Philly for sure.
Philly, Boston.
He a Laker.
That's what I'm saying. So you already inherited the hate, and then what Kobe Bryant was doing in the league. You think this young kid coming up in here, bro, doing what he did to veterans like that, he putting up 30, 28, 29 on
giving
your
them
team.
buckets.
You think that them people wasn't like, no, Ray Allen is better than Kobe Bryant. Why are y'all doing this for Kobe? Because Kobe's coming in there putting in the work. The hate fueled Kobe. So it was before the case. It was before that. This man put up 81 points on a team. You think the fans loved it?
That was after the case. That was after the case.
No, but I'm just saying.
In a modern basketball too. Not
03.
Yeah.
Case was in
he wasn't
03.
playing
No, you're
against
right.
plumbers and electricians. He was dropping buckets on real.
And I can't say this no better than I'm saying. I watched Kobe Bryant from when he started. 'Cause I'm a Lakers fan. I watched a fat, chubby Magic Johnson in '96, and we had Nick Van Exel, we had Eddie Jones, and I was watching them. And when we got Kobe, I felt like this. He couldn't get off the bench. I felt like Dale Harris just was determined not to get him off the bench. He didn't really get off the bench until that third year.
Really?
That third year, his third year, that's when he really started getting off the bench because that's when we fired that bum. Because in '98, I don't know what possessed Kobe to shoot them shots in Utah, dog. And it was like 2 air ball. I was like sick. I couldn't believe it.
He was a little wet behind the ears then, BVO.
Those were the best shots to take.
Shaq, fool. No, I'm like, get the ball to Shaq.
If you guys remember, nobody else wanted to take them shots, and Kobe stood up to take those shots. Shaq didn't want them shots. They didn't want them shots, so Kobe took them, and those were the greatest misses.
I give you that. I give you
Floyd
Mayweather.
Mayweather losing in the Olympics was the best thing that ever happened to him. Shakur Stevenson losing in the Olympics was the best thing that ever happened to him. Deontay Wilder winning a bronze medal in the Olympics was the best thing that happened to him. You want to know why? Because that loss turns into lust to win, to never feel like that again, to never feel the pressure of losing, the embarrassment of losing. So you have to stumble before you come into greatness. Kobe's early years on that bench prepared him for greatness. Now, what I'm saying is when it comes to the boxing, in the boxing, guys like that took losses back in the days, like Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray and all those guys. Marvin Hagler, let's talk about Marvin Hagler, who lost his first 2 fights, I believe, had to go back, rebuild himself, go back to Philly, and then he was unstoppable from there, becoming undefeated. So the losses helped him. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the losses, the hate, you know what I'm saying? It helps you out. Like I said, people, when I was hooping, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in the gym, I love to talk shit. I love to talk crap, and I love people to say whatever they're gonna say because I'm gonna do you wrong every time.
Right.
And I'm gonna make you hate me at the same time.
It's just a friendly sport of basketball. You know, the trash talk is necessary.
I'll just say this. For me watching basketball, as long as I watched it, I would say Kobe to me had the funniest career. And he's my favorite player. Don't get me wrong. He's my favorite player. But I just never understood, like, why he made Shaq leave. That's the only thing, I'll be honest with you.
Because the nigga was lazy. And he didn't need him.
Me and every Laker fan at the time could not believe this dude made Shaq leave, dog.
Because he was lazy and he didn't. And if Shaq admitted this stuff, had he listened to Kobe, he probably would have been the greatest basketball player of all time. Because he's unstoppable. There's no way you can stop Shaq, bro.
You remember Santa Claus, don't you?
Yeah,
I know you was a young kid growing up.
I remember all that, but I also remember too it was actually caused Shaquille O'Neal to leave. Shaquille O'Neal didn't want to take a pay cut, and the Buss family felt like they didn't want to pay him $100 million over a certain amount of years again. Right. So that's what got in the way. Shaq's money in his pride, he didn't want to take less money to bring other players in. So it wasn't a Kobe thing. It was a management front office.
Yeah, it was more of
over the money. It was a money dispute. That's what took place.
But they shaped it as if it was Kobe's fault. That's all I'm saying. Sting.
That would be the media and everything.
They shaped that punk Jim Gray to me was horrible for our championship years because Jim Gray would interview Kobe and have Kobe say stupid stuff, and then Shaq will react, and then we like. Don't piss the big fella off.
He didn't need him. He didn't need him.
And he proved that he didn't need him by winning 2 more titles. Shaquille O'Neal only won 1.
Hold on. Let's get real here. Shaquille averaged like 30 and 15 in the finals, dog. And saying we watched him throwing niggas in the rim. Where was you at?
That's
I know
okay.
you seen that.
No.
Him doing that.
And that's fine. And I also seen Kobe Bryant put dudes in the rim, and Pau Gasol play his position, and Andrew Bynum play his. I seen Kobe win 2 titles without Shaquille O'Neal and make it to more finals than Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant in total made it to 7 world championship finals.
Yeah, I think he was 5-2.
Yeah, he's 5-2, and he won 2 without the great Shaquille O'Neal. So,
well, Shaquille was what, 4-2?
Shaquille lost to Houston. He lost to Houston. He lost to Detroit. He lost to Houston. He lost to Detroit.
So
he's only 4 he's only lost twice.
Yeah, he lost twice.
He won in Miami. So
yeah, and Kobe only lost twice. But the thing is, like I said, 5 always beats 4 any day. But they both were great champions. I'm not trying to say anything about that. So what I want to revert back is to the initial question: if people don't want to be hate, we don't care if you hate me or not. Your hate fuels me. I love to see your face when I'm breaking your heart, shooting threes like Reggie Miller did. Michael Jordan coming into the building, knocking the New York Knicks off. Devin Haney beating Brian Norman. Frank Martin just knocking out who he
brutal knockout, by the way. Shout out Frank the Ghost.
Frank,
that was a brutal knockout.
Floyd
would you put that in the canon? Would you say?
And I said fighters like Floyd Mayweather when they beat Manny Pacquiao, crushing the Pactar's dream.
Yeah.
That was a horrible fight, though. Insane.
No, it wasn't.
Man,
that was a horrible fight because I don't.
It was an easy fight. That's what it was.
I don't know what was wrong with Manny Pacquiao, man? I watched that fight. That fight
got neutralized. BVO.
He was throwing punches and he was landing. Floyd Mayweather was just better. That's all that is. He was just better.
And he would be better at 10 out of 10 days.
I can go with that. I'm just saying, I just don't understand why Manny, if he was really hurt, like he said, why didn't he pull out the fight?
He wasn't hurt. He make up excuses.
I know I didn't pay all that money to see that jump.
I mean,
that was horrible, thing.
It was an excuse, the same excuse that Top Rank made when they said Teofimo Lopez had air in his lungs.
Right. Get out of here.
They said he had air in his lungs.
He's almost unalived and all this stuff.
Air in his lungs.
I'm gonna say something, and I hope Tia don't mind me saying this. The woman was getting messed with.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right.
And I think
his heart was hurt, not his lungs.
I think he was going through some stuff emotionally, man. I think that's what that was.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Tio, man. You're a great champion, bro. I'm sorry that happened to you, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know how it is, but I don't even want to talk to personal life.
Yeah, I know how that is too.
No, but I get exactly what you're saying. We're not gonna go into it. I'm just saying I gotta get a man.
That definitely can mess with your mind going into a fight though. But don't make up another injury. Just say, yeah, man, I got problems at home right now.
But Prize, I gotta stop you there, Prize, because Devin Haney was going through with his baby mother. And
I said it could affect you. Right, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Battles and things like that. So he?
I thought,
he got to pay money. He got to kick out something.
He took his baby mama to court. He was suing his baby mama, took her to court. He was going through custody battle with your children.
And people laughed at him, talking about, he's doing what he's doing. You know why? Because half of y'all never owned anything. Half of y'all don't know anything about business, and a lot of y'all just type, but you go to regular jobs. You have a regular life. You know what I mean? But you got all the comments in the world, bro.
Remember this, Prize. These people don't even pay for insurance. They get free insurance through the government. I mean, through the county building. These people don't own homes. When you talk to us, you talking to people who got it going on in real life. And they say, "Oh, why your name Prize Fighter? Oh, you never box." I got beat up in the Y, and I realized that I wasn't a boxer. I'm just going to be a fan, but I'm a prize fighter at life.
Shout out to Chico.
That's why my name is Prize Fighter.
All right.
So half of y'all just get up here and just talk bad about people. You make people choose sides. I think that's corny. Because I can go for Tank, Devin, and Shakur, and if they all fight each other, then great.
Well, Prize, I like to throw this in there too, just to your analogy. When these people get in car accidents and pray to God they have insurance, they sue the other insurance company. That's suing someone.
I sued.
That's suing. So
if he's suing, and y'all never been through nothing like court stuff and all that, because you was growing up a different kind of way, right? Your kids he's suing. It looks like that, but what he's doing is he's trying to cover his ass so he don't get child support deductions out of his check. He's trying to get his kids because they're definitely going to live a better life with him. You know what I mean? Because he's the money man. So that's what that was about. It wasn't, and he wanted stuff back. You know what I mean? Because these girls need to be put. Somebody got to do this stuff. Somebody got to sue niggas. So when he
You
sued
can't get
Bull
that
for
stuff back, though. I
cheating,
don't agree with that.
when he
You
sued
shouldn't
Bull
have
for
stuff back.
when he
You
sued
should.
Bull
No,
for
you gotta say
cheating,
that, Pride. That
what?
wasn't right, bro.
What I
That
said?
wasn't right. You gave that broad that stuff, man. If somebody gave my daughter some stuff, nigga, that's her stuff. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I don't agree with that part of suing.
If that's our daughter,
And I don't agree with that part of the lawsuit. But that's
the
just
stuff you gave her, bro. What you say
that's
about
just
that insane?
that's corny. But
You know, speaking of that, and probably I don't mean to interrupt you.
nah, you good. Go
I
ahead.
gotta ask you.
I was going on and on and on.
I gotta ask all
No,
my
you
brothers
good.
a real question. Did you guys hear of the comments that Tank Davis made about I guess that was Ray Jackson's daughter?
Yes.
Watch your child because she might be the next victim.
Because she might be next. That's what he said. He didn't say
Tank Davis,
victim.
you are a sick, low life individual.
But Ray Jackson was
That
hitting
should
low.
be out of boxing.
Yo, but Ray was punching low too though, and Tank just went.
No, he really wasn't, bro.
He went
Tank
rock
is doing
bottom.
something wrong, bro. I'm not here to cast aspersions, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. He got to stop with this stuff with these women, bro. He got to stop it. It's getting bad, man, because it's hard to defend him, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. Maybe I'm corny. I don't want to see nobody go to jail.
Me
I'm
either.
gonna be honest with you.
Jail is whack.
So it's like to have him keep doing this stuff, bro. Something. As my grandma used to tell me all the time, everybody ain't lying on.
Yeah. And then to tweet that bull stuff that Brother Insane just said. I saw that like right before, like right when I got home from work. I'm like, is that real?
That was real.
Who was Ray Jackson?
Let me say this: it's a dude on Twitter. We be popping. We be going back and forth with it too. He was actually a Tank fan, but let me clarify something for BVO. Let me take this off too. Hold on.
Yeah, I like that mask, by the way.
I want to see you go to jail. There are some people that need to be in jail.
Whoa.
And we know who these people are. People that do nasty things to people that don't want it to be done to them. You need to be in jail.
That stuff, I give you that, yo.
You need to be in jail. Dudes that break in dudes' house that they pay for everything in their house, and I catch you going through my window, I'm calling the law.
Nah, I'm not calling no
jail.
law. I am the law if you come in my house. I am the law.
If I'm
and
not
the judge.
there, I'm calling the police.
Yeah,
you
for
need
sure.
to be in jail.
Yeah, I want you. I'm pressing full charges.
People that steal from hard-working Americans need to be in jail. People
that's a fact.
You need to be in jail.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this though.
Put him in timeout, Insane.
Say this, Insane, because I know I always get in trouble with this, but I've been to the youth authority, bro, and that was enough for me to say I'm gonna change my life. But I ain't gonna lie, jail ain't for no dog, man. I don't even know why they even put you in there. It's like they put you in there to make you more crazy. So sending a dude that's already crazy to jail is like you want him to come out even more crazy.
Sometimes you come out of jail a new man.
Can I ask you a serious question? Have we not seen dudes come out worse?
Yes,
when they go in that jail, they come out worse.
Yes, we have. But BBO, let me explain this to you, brother. Keep your hands to yourself. It's men, you fight for money. There's men like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Lamont Roach that want to fight you. Yet you're always being constantly putting your hands on women. You're being accused of hitting women. Keep your hands off of women because you are the problem. You deserve to be where you at. And those people that commit rape, take the jail.
Stop messing with them
need
goofy.
to be in jail.
And stop
under the jail.
He sound like me with people. I want people investigated by the FBI personally, but Tank Davis and my little puppy's going crazy right now. So, but I forgot I was gonna say he's driving me insane right now with this damn thing. Go ahead, bro.
This is my brother Luke. I'll just say this, and I want to get into this because we got to be critical of this too. I want to see what you guys think about this. And we're gonna try to. I'm gonna make sure we watch our mouths. We're not gonna do no cussing on this. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it BBO stuff.
Nah, we don't
Let me ask
cuss.
you guys this. And I want to hear this from you, Insane. If a man gives your daughter stuff, do you think he should be able to get it back?
My thing is this, and this is the best way I can answer that problem.
Right.
As my daughter about to have my grandchild in it's the 8th on the 17th in 9 days.
Congratulations, by the way. That's going to be an awesome feeling.
Whatever my daughter and her significant other, man, baby daddy, husband, or whatever they go through. Whatever happens in their breakup, that's their breakup. Whatever they want to take from each other, keep, or however that works. I'm not in that part of their relationship. My thing is this: I'm only in the part to where you're doing nefarious things to my child. The material things I don't care about. It's the mental and physical actions that I care about.
Talk to him.
That's where I'm going to get involved at. Anything else, when it comes to materials, I'm not involved in it. Y'all handle that. Let the courts deal with it.
Shout out to Papa Insane, yeah. But like you're right, BBO, and I don't like that part about it. Like if somebody gave my daughter stuff, and I'm pretty much Insane. Pretty much said I pretty much feel the same way as him. Like all I care about is the mental and physical part. If I don't, but y'all, and I'll say something to them. Don't be tearing each other cars up and doing goofy stuff. But all I care about with my two daughters is the mental and physical part. You're not going to mentally abuse her, and you damn sure not going to physically abuse her. Because first of all, she got me. Second of all, I got my 6'7" bodyguard and my 22-year-old son. And he's going to come with a vengeance and furious anger. What did he say on Pulp Fiction? We're going to strike down upon thee if you put your hands on one of these women in his family. Now, the mental abusing is just as bad as physical, if you understand the assignment. So that's not going to happen either. You're not going to change her and have her doing stuff to herself or just wilding out, because you know what I mean? We're not going to mentally abuse, because that's very important. It's just as important as physical abuse. You can't let either happen to your daughter, and you got to start now. If you got young daughters, I got a 12-year-old. That's my next one up. She's my first one. Insane's about to have. I ain't got to that far yet with my daughters. She only 12, but nobody's going to physically or mentally abuse her. And when I catch them, it's up.
What I would say is this: if I'm blessed to have a son, I would say this: you really can't even talk to women like I thought either, because sometimes you'll say little stuff to women, and that comes off as mental abuse. You just trying to like antagonize her. You're not trying to be physical, but you just saying
messing with her.
Yeah, and I would say even that is wrong. And
yeah, that's part of mental abuse, BBO. If you're telling a girl, man, you ain't gonna make it at your job,
like
you should quit.
Not even like that. I'm talking about just like, I guess what I would consider roasting. You can't even do that.
Not all the time, and it depends what kind of woman you got, too. Because they're all different. It depends what kind of woman you got, because she might like roasting. There's some girls that I know personally, they love that kind of stuff. They love you like, man, you look like a. And then she'll come back at you. I know some country girls that'll get with you with that roasting stuff. So, but it depends what kind of girl you got. If your girl don't like it, don't roast her. Right. Go roast somebody in a chat somewhere. If she don't like it, don't do it. That's just it.
I'm just saying, that's something I learned, and I would tell any young brother that. Be careful what you say. Because sometimes you'll say stuff and you don't think it's a big deal, but it do be a big deal. I mean,
you'll make your own situation miserable by trying to be funny and roasting your biddy. She might not be that kind of biddy, but you got girls out there that is with it. My daughter mom is like that. She with that kind of bullish.
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying for young guys coming up, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just understand, like, yo, like you really can't how you grew up and stuff, you can't really expect people to be cool with that. I'm just being real. You can't. And we seeing that big time in boxing, where like the stuff that Tank is saying is despicable, and it's like I've actually heard people defending that. Now I've never heard of the Ray Jackson brother, but I mean, how can you defend
So
What the
what is
man
he?
Tank
Just
said.
another? What is he? Another super fan? Insane. What is he? Is he just a guy?
He's just another super fan, man.
Popular Twitter guy, I
He's
suppose.
just another fan. He's just a Devin Haney hater.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, and Tank Davis.
I thought Ray Jackson was the biggest Devin Haney fan there was. What happened?
Man, when I encountered him, he was hating on Devin.
I never heard of the boy, but
I
shout out
take
to
that
him.
back. I
What he do,
heard
but-
of him because that's back when Devin had the Pride belt and he was going crazy talking about Devin was this and that.
You mean
I
the
was
official?
like, no.
You mean the official WBC title, the official lightweight WBC title, no Pride
No,
title.
we talking about the Pride belt. That's what
official
Mauricio called it.
WBC title.
But Mauricio
You mean the one that he retracted his statement when he said that one?
I ain't know he retracted his statement.
Lomachenko requested the title.
Yeah,
that was the funniest ish. But you know, like Devin Haney, man, he got the most haters, and you got
I don't think
channels
they hate
based
Devin,
around
man. I'm
trying
not
to
gonna
tear
lie.
a
They
man
don't
down,
hate,
bro.
They hate Bill.
Bill was
not
handing
Devin.
out free pizza today or yesterday on it
It's hard to
to
hate
the homeless
Devin.
people in his community.
Talk. You don't even talk, man. and I'll be honest with you. Devin Haney is a little bit of a daddy's boy to me, where he said, "I'll fight whoever my dad say." Like, I never was fans of guys that talk like that.
His father is his promoter.
It's the promoter.
This is what I'm
That's
saying.
who set up his fights. That's what
That's
he
like
paid
Boots
for.
say. That's just like Boots say. Whoever Eddie line up, I'm gonna knock him down. It's the same thing.
No,
except
what
for
I'm
it's just
saying,
his
what
dad.
I'm saying is, this is for me playing sports. I always hated when those dudes who be like, I had my father, but just always on that, like, oh, my whatever my dad said, I'm gonna do. I'm like, come on, bro, you gotta be your own man. If you want to criticize Devin for anything, I think Devin does a little bit too much of what Bill wants. I think Devin should talk more, but that's not the relationship. And I'll be honest, most guys when they with their dad are not talking a lot. I don't talk a lot when I'm with them.
Do you follow Dev on Instagram? He be flexing and getting it cracking.
No,
What you mean?
I'm talking about just me. I noticed when you with your dad, you kind of are more quiet. Go ahead.
No doubt.
Hold on, let me interject for 1 second. See, this is what Bill Haney gets paid for. What we have to understand is this: Bill Haney has coached his son up to be a multi-millionaire, 3-division world champion, and undisputed champion, and still been undefeated.
The youngest.
So when my father tells me something, that he's led me in the direction that he led me into, I'm definitely gonna listen. Another thing that you said a little bit earlier, see, you know you're doing something right when they hate on you. You get what I'm saying? The more money, the more problems. You get what I'm saying? That's what's going on with Devin Haney. And as far as you speaking on his father, who gets paid to do what he does, to set up fights, to do all the talking, that's what his father gets paid for. His father's not leeching off of him. He works for Devin Haney promotion. I'm just explaining to you because you said you wanted him to talk more. Bill Haney works for Devin Haney promotion, and that's his job. The same as Leonard Ellaby was working for PBC.
Tank Davis.
For Tank Davis.
Tank, and
these guys
he the A side.
They're PR people. Yeah, these guys are put here because they're PR people. You get what I'm saying? They're PR people. It's the same with Eddie Hearn, the same with Bob Arum. So when you see Mr. Haney speaking like that, this is what he gets paid to do. The same as Brian Norman Sr. with Brian Norman Jr. And to listen to your father, who's guided you correctly, you're not in jail, you're healthy, and you're a multi-millionaire. I think that's the right person to listen to.
I guaranteed you, if Devin, and I guaranteed you, some of you people, some of you marks, I'm gonna say a West Coast word. You know what I mean? I got insane up here. I guaranteed you, you would love for your son to be like Devin Haney. Imagine if your son could have the accomplishments and instead of him playing football or basketball at Catholic schools and stuff like that. Imagine him being the youngest undisputed champion of all time in boxing history. Imagine that he's made millions and millions of dollars and everybody's living lavish. Imagine that. This kid that y'all like to say, oh, he grew up good. Like, that's the problem.
No,
I've
never heard that, man. I've never heard nobody say he grew up good. That's the whole purpose of being a dad.
Going to a private school is a good thing, but hey,
that's a good thing.
But I thought
you gotta say that's a beautiful thing. My kids are in private school.
If I'm hearing this right, y'all telling me Devin get criticized because his dad worked hard to put him in the private
That's
school?
what I'm trying to say.
Yes, yeah.
That's crazy.
Another dude that got dissed by Tank Davis. He the one that was really pushing the issue on that. But I think you want to kind of say it like this. You got to call a nigga morgue. Like that, bro. You got morgue. You got to say it from your soul.
More.
I'll say
more, homie.
Shout out to
Time
Mac
out.
10, the greatest rapper from the West Coast other than Dog. But I'll say this, man. The thing that always make me laugh is this. I can't believe people would get mad or hate. Free, you ever heard of that? Somebody talking bad about somebody's kids going to private school? Ain't that the whole goal?
Yeah, and then people that be talking about that be cut from the same cloth. So that's like me. That's like me talking bad about him. Like, oh man, that nigga grew up good. Well, nigga, so did I. So what does that matter? Can he fight? Did he win? Did he lose?
I think Bill won, if you ask me, bro.
Man, Bill is a winner, man. He raised his son right.
When I heard the story on Black TV about how they moved from Oakland and got the swimming pool in Vegas, I thought that was dope. I'll just say this. I don't like that Devin said, whatever my dad said I'm going to do. I didn't like that. Hey, y'all can say I'm wrong, call me a coon.
It's just his promoter,
Haney,
bro.
Devin Haney's a big dog. He's supposed to talk like a big dog.
He do talk like a big dog when it's time to promote, when the fight is signed and he's ready to go.
He goes and buys clothes like a big dog. I'm talking about
what is the difference? What is the difference from Bob Arum saying, Shakur, you're gonna fight
Shakur Stevenson is gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. Terrence Crawford is gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. November the 5th.
Or Eddie Hearn saying, Conor Ben, you set up to fight Ryan Garcia or Mario Barrios. This is what they get paid.
And tonight, Conor Ben
get their job.
Conor Ben is going to fight.
About this, Free? Are you there, Free?
Free fell down the steps.
No, I'm here.
So let me ask you this, Free, and this is my only criticism of Devin. Do you think it's right that Devin doesn't do enough talking, or that's just how it is?
No, I don't think it's right because that's what draws the fans to you, so to speak. I mean, you gotta have the personality to win over the fans. That's the reason why we had guys like Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones. Those guys was able to speak to the fans and they talk a good game. Even Deontay Wilder talk a good game. Whether people believed it or not, they knew how to draw the fans in. They knew how to draw the fans in. So, I mean, Floyd Mayweather was another one. He knew how to, whether they liked him or they hated him, he spoke to the fans to want to see him either win or lose. You had half the fans wanted to see him win, the other half wanted to see him lose. He said, it doesn't matter. You're going to pay to see me. Whether you want to see me win or you want to see me lose, you're going to pay to see me. And so, you have to have that personality, that mouthpiece to be able to win the fans in. And that's a lot of what people said about Tank Davis. You letting Floyd talk for you too much. That's the reason why people wanted him to get away from Floyd. That's the reason why they wanted Jerome Bruce Dennis to talk. Because when something is being said, they want to hear what's your reaction. They don't want to hear somebody else's reaction. They want to hear what's your reaction.
Should Floyd
you get what I'm saying? So you get
Floyd
Mayweather
what I'm saying. Really hold on, BBL. So Floyd Mayweather really step back in because we see the things that Tank Davis is saying, and it ain't adding up and it ain't right. But I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one prominent thing right here. Why Devin Haney don't need to speak. And this is a reference I'm pretty sure you guys know. If y'all don't know, ask the kids. Hello, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm the advocate of Brock Lesnar. While Brock sit on the side, do like this, and Heyman on the mic. That's what they get paid for. And Brock Lesnar was the biggest thing since sliced bread, and he didn't say a word. He's sitting there like this. He let his talking happen in the ring, the same as Devin. So it's no different from saying, "Hey, my name is Bill Haney, and I'm the advocate for Devin Haney." It works.
I'll give you that.
It works.
I'll give you that. I could just say, as a fan of Devin's, I wish I could hear more from him. But at this point, it is what it is. He's not going to talk at this point.
Are you a fan of Brock Lesnar's?
No, I never liked Brock Lesnar, bro. I had actually stopped watching wrestling by then. To be totally,
Okay.
to tell you the truth, now was I a fan of Undertaker? Not really, because for my age group, Stone Cold was the coldest nigga out. So
if you
it
love the Undertaker, you love Paul Bearer. Oh, Paul Bearer spoke for the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer was gone when I got there, though. That's the thing. So I'm saying,
but he loved it.
I love you. Oh, that was brother love.
Well,
brother love. You talking about Mick Foley?
The difference between that, though, the difference between that is that was a script TV show, and we talking about reality. Those are different. So people were drawn into those characters, not reality. So that's the only difference. Now, if you wanna use that analogy, that's fine. You just gotta understand. One was make believe, and one is real life.
I got a better one for you then, D. Since you said that, D, here's a better one. Bill Haney gets up and act like him and Oscar De La Hoya gonna fight. They making a clown show of themselves, and that's promoting too. They acting like they gonna. Come on now. Same with Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr. The dads took the show. The dads.
Brian Norman Sr. was serious. I don't think Devin. I don't think Bill was, but Brian was serious.
It didn't matter. It don't matter because the dads, the promoters, the two real promoters stole the show. We don't care that Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez fought. We don't care that Abdullah Mason fought. We don't care if David Benavidez fought. We tuned in to see Devin Haney versus Brian Norman because of what their fathers did. And them boys sat back and said nothing.
Oh, let me do this. Pittsburgh, while I got you up here, I know you usually don't come to black shows. I appreciate you showing some love, like pulling up. Because I know you don't hang out with Negroes usually, but let me ask you this, Pittsburgh. You there?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this. If I had one critique of Devin Haney, it'll only be he doesn't talk enough. Is that fair or foul in your opinion?
I mean, I hear the criticism. I think it's foul in the aspect of talking to say what? Like if it's about making money and he's clearly making money, and this day and age, everything that you say is going to be overly scrutinized, then you're better off saying as little as possible and letting the person that you pay, which is your father, take them bullets. Because his father could take them bullets. Now, there's a lot of fighters, a lot of people still haven't even gotten over Devin Haney saying he can't be beat by no white boy. They can't be beat. They can't get over that. And you got to think like he don't never get in no problems outside of boxing, no mischievous, degenerate behavior, none of that shit. Model citizen, and people still don't like him. So if he's going to be criticized in that manner under that type of microscope rather, then he's less is more in his situation. Now, if he has a message to say, then speak away. But if you ain't got no message and all you can do is go down from here, I don't see the point of it.
What would you say? What would you say? Shoot my brother right side. What would you say about that? You think Devin speaks enough?
You said me?
No, I said Doug.
What up, Doug?
Okay.
I don't know.
Can y'all hear me?
What up, T?
Yeah.
Man, salute to everybody on the panel, man. Salute to the family, man. Look, I agree 100% with Pittsburgh, man. If you, there's a point in time where you talking, it becomes detrimental to your brand. You know what I'm saying? More than it's uplifting the brand. If I already had somebody uplifting the brand that's gonna be out there talking, i.e. Bill Haney. What you shit? Hey, I'm still asking what happened. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all remember Preach? I don't know what happened to Preach. I don't know what happened to Preach. But yeah, Preach was he was one of them ones. Hey, Preach had combination lines for you and everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
where he at, Doug? Somebody gotta go check on that man. What they call that, John, when you put out on somebody? When they
APB.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this though. Go ahead. My bad, go ahead.
At the end of the day, hey, I may not have to talk, but if I have somebody who's gonna talk for me, Same way with Tio. A lot of times, Tio, you say some of the worst stuff ever, but then because he has his father behind him, his father can clean some of that stuff up and still make it be a entertaining situation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're gonna have to learn to speak for yourself, but it is a growth period there, and having their fathers there, I think it's a good thing.
So let me ask
Business
you this,
too,
Pittsburgh.
BVO.
Let me ask you this
Business.
though, Pittsburgh. Then I'm gonna go there and say we're gonna open the panel back up. I'm just wondering this though, Pittsburgh. Why, when you talk about Devin, is it unfair to say you are the star? I want to hear from the star. In the NBA, when Ant-Man does a press conference, I'm hearing from Ant-Man. Jason Tatum, I think he half dead now, but if Jason Tatum's doing an interview, he's doing an interview. I feel like we never really get to see who Devin is. And if you look at the fighters, they're talking to Bill. They're not even talking to Devin. Look at the fighters when they fight Devin. The dudes ain't talking to Devin at all. They're talking to Bill. So I'm just saying, so is Bill really the guy and Devin's just a shell? Is that what we saying, Pittsburgh?
How?
No. I look, Kawhi Leonard is one of the most infamous basketball players of our time. Very rarely do you see Kawhi Leonard sit down and do like an hour-long, in-depth conversation. When he do press conferences, he do one-liners. I mean, we can go through the list of all kind of stars that they very rarely speak. Because some people are introverts, but outside of the actual sport that they attain, when it comes to the actual sport, they become a different person inside of that sport. Everybody's not an extrovert where they're social and they want to talk. Some people actually have social anxiety. The girl from Coco Bluff, the tennis player, where she won and she couldn't do the press conference and she was like nervous. And the star before her, I can't think of the black lady before her, had to go do the press conference with her. That was actually a competitor to help her. So everybody, no, it's a black. No, she black. She black. I can't think of her name. It's a young girl, but
I interviewed some of her.
Yeah, she mixed. Yeah, she mixed. But either way, she clearly has a problem with speaking. So I don't think that's a knock on everybody, because I don't think everybody's set up for that. Like if you have supreme talent like that, look at Michael Jordan. We can look at all the greats. They all deficient somewhere. Nobody's going to have that much supreme talent and be able to do all of these things. It's literally impossible. You're going to be deficient somewhere.
Magic could.
Nah.
I mean,
what I will say is, I would say, Devin he do talk when he needs to. It's not to the level of what we see with Kid Austin. Every time Kid Austin about to say something, his father jumps in and say 4. I'm like, no, we're not even talking to
Shakur don't
you.
want to fight.
We're talking to Kid Austin. We're not talking to you. So I would say it's not.
What has Shakur done?
Hey, that's a friend. That's a friend of the show, man. Chill.
Shakur hasn't fought nobody. What has he done?
Hold on, man. That's a friend of the show, man. Go ahead and say.
Let me get up in here for a second. A lot of people aren't media savvy, right? And what you mean when you say media savvy? A lot of people don't have all the right answers per se of Barack Hussein Obama when he used to go in front of large crowds or when he spoke to the media. Always understanding that Barack used to always stop before he said stuff. He'll pause, think before he said, but that's being taught media savvy. I heard my brother BBO on his great channel tell a young brother, you already media savvy and your media awareness. You know what I'm saying? My young cat from New York. You know what I'm saying? And we praise him for being media savvy, right? But that's why we hire PR teams to speak for us. And this is why guys like Paul Heyman exist. This is why guys like Leonard Ellaby, the Bill Haneys, and everybody that come out and speak for these fighters, because they don't want to say the wrong things, and you don't want a person to say you got Down syndrome, like Buddy did in England when he said that about Devin Haney, not knowing that Devin Haney's an intelligent young brother. At some time in your life, you have to understand I'm the fighter, and this is the guy that speaks for me. I get paid to fight, he get paid to talk. because he's very media savvy. Because you can get a person up here and they can say the wrong things, you know what I'm saying? And then poof, there they go, their career go for one wrong thing. Guys like Mike Tyson, people love Mike, but they wanted Mike in front of a mic because Mike will say some crazy stuff. Mike
talk like an animal.
Crazy.
Mike say, shut up, boy. Shut up, boy. If we was in prison, you come up here and say nothing to me, I'll kiss you in your mouth and make love to you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Nobody, yeah, it was worse than what he said. It was worse. But if you're not media savvy, stay away from the camera. I don't care what the fan. As a fan, you didn't come to see me talk. You came to see me fight, and this is what I'm here for, to fight.
And I say this because I like to hear what Pittsburgh be saying on the stud. Britta's pretty insightful. Pittsburgh, and then we're gonna go to Dub on this question. But what's the purpose of being a great athlete or a great guy or whatever you want to call it? The reason we love Michael Jordan, as a lot of us did, and I wasn't even a basketball guy, is because he would talk. Y'all remember how much Beyonce used to talk in the 90s? Like, when I was a little kid in the 90s, early 2000s, Beyonce used to do a lot of talking. It's kind of funny now to see her quiet like she is now. I can't think of the last time I heard her voice since she did a Grammy speech. I mean, I just think the thing that makes people feel good about these guys, and that's why we do social media now, is because it gives people opportunity to know the real us. Do you think that's missing from sports and entertainment now in Pittsburgh and Dub? What would y'all say about that?
No, because as long as they know their story. So like the difference is like everybody knows Devin's story. And then if they don't, before they do that pre-fight stuff going into the story, they're going to talk about his dad. They're going to talk about their relationship. So they're going to know his story. Like knowing somebody's story is way more important than hearing the words that come out your mouth, in my opinion. People relate to people and they like them because of their story. And Black people, we have this thing where we say you part of the culture. And most of it is struggles, culture. Most of it is degeneracy, insert take. Like those are the people that we used to. And those people can do no wrong because they starting from the bottom of saying and doing all the wrong things from the beginning any fucking ways. So you don't have high regard to hold them to that level. When you come in with some level of intelligence, people hold you to a higher standard. So you have to move differently. I'll say that some of those guys that you named, they're exception, they're not the rule. Michael Jordan, with his on and off the field, even when he did the press conferences, those were some great press conferences. You don't really have athletes that are willing to talk like that, to expose themselves like that. That's not the norm because everybody's trying to get sponsorships. Remember, Jordan and them, they really wasn't doing sponsorships. He was the first person with like a shoe and all of that back in the days at that level. So now these guys are super aware of getting sponsorships. So that's a big problem.
Let me ask you this real quick. We seen Michael Jordan lose Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and he gave an interview right there on the court after losing, right then.
Yes. Yeah, he's an exception. And we seen LeBron James, who I love to death, lose the game and come in with an arm brace. So like everybody don't handle that stuff correctly, and he got ridiculed for that, coming up there with an arm brace with the foolishness. So like everybody's not Michael Jordan. That's like a bar that's really high. We should not expect all these guys to do it because they are human. They're going to want to find something. Some people got to have like the boogeyman. They got to have an excuse of why they lost. They can never accept defeat. That's just part of some people's makeup. And some people don't like cameras. They don't like talking to people. They only like doing the task. They can do the task really well, and they're mediocre at all the other things. They're not great fathers. They're not great husbands. They're not a lot of other things, but they can do that one thing fantastic. And I think we just got to accept that's what some people are. That Michael Jordan thing is not the norm. That's an exceptional person.
Bars.
What would you say about that right side? Well, I think Doug might have fell asleep.
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh,
okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Give us your thoughts, bro.
It's interesting. I look at it a little differently, and we done blended two topics, right? We done blended the athlete with the person,
right?
And anytime you blend the athlete with the person, the athlete can be who the athlete is, but I think we would all say what's my boy from the Giants, the New York Giants?
Odell?
Odell?
Nah.
Eli Manning?
No, the greatest defensive player of all time.
Strahan.
Michael Strahan?
LT, yeah.
Lawrence Taylor, baby.
Lawrence Taylor. So
I'm tripping. I said Strahan.
But I think we would all agree. Nah, I don't want my child to grow up like LT grew up. I think we can all parse between those type of situations.
Dub, do you remember what he said though?
What did he say?
He would go to a game. He before he would go to game, he would go get some yayo hard
ball.
Come to the game.
He go cop a barley before the game, a whole barley.
I'm trying to monetize this video, man.
No.
That's why
I'm talking in code.
But this is why I say that if we can go get our children those type of results on the field, yeah, we with that. But I do have to separate the individual that was getting those results, because hey, it is. I mean, just according to him, the man was on some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we have to look at all the situations when, regardless of which fighter or which sport, whatever we're talking about, you have to separate the person from the actual sport that they became great in. Because just because you're great in something doesn't mean you don't have flaws in other positions in life.
Right.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
Yeah,
Nobody's
my son
perfect.
had.
Go ahead, Doug.
I said you definitely right. Nobody's perfect.
So
let me ask you this, Doug, before you finish, because I think you're hitting on something. So basically, you're saying you rather not have those results if you get that kind of person. Is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that anytime I'm gonna send my son to be around this individual, yeah, I want him to understand that training regimen, that dog in him. You understand? At the same time, I want you to get to know the person too, because there has to be a balance in your life. You can't do it the way that he did it. And maybe you'll never have the success because of that. Maybe that's what the downfall is. But the person that you are, that's much more meaningful than anything that you ever accomplish. In my opinion. Go ahead.
So just piggyback on that. So I guess my thing is this. So from what Pittsburgh is saying and what you're saying is, so we can't have expectations for people and saying, you don't think that it's saying it does? We can't have expectations for people? Is that wrong?
Whatever the expectation you have for that
Never
person,
said that.
the only expectation you should have for Devin Haney is what he does inside the square circle. Any expectation outside of the square circle, I think you got the wrong idea. I didn't come to watch Devin Haney talk. I came to watch Devin Haney do what this young Hispanic man is doing right here to this bag. Fights. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care how your day was. And this is most people. I'm just talking about the world period.
Yeah.
I don't care how your day is. I don't care how your day was. I don't care what happened last night. I don't care what happened 5 minutes before you got in the ring. You get paid to fight. Fight. I don't care about nothing else.
It's before this internet ish, none of us was worried about what they was doing. We wasn't worried about Mike Tyson doing. We just needed a date when I was a kid. And it was cool to see him ride around in his Ferraris and his tires and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. But from the day-to-day basis, you got people that wake up every day and got Devin Haney and Tank Davis and fighters like on their mind. Like that's their whole life. So like I didn't get a chance to do that, with Mike and Riddick, and I would have loved to see what Riddick was up to on Instagram, but it wasn't like that.
I want to hear what you got on that dub in Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
No, I agree. Real quick, I agree. For the longest, you ain't wake up.
You didn't care.
You didn't think about, man, I wonder how so and so felt after this fight right here. Yeah, that ain't that wasn't your thought process. You know what I'm saying? What you thought about was man, he just went in and put hands on so and so.
Yeah, Terry Norris destroyed Meldrick Taylor.
I want to see what he do with this guy right here. That was the thought process.
Right.
The thought process was never, man, I wonder how he feeling.
Look at his hair. What's his hair look like? What's his hair going to be like today? You see his tattoos today? He got a new tattoo.
But you have to understand also, I grew up in the era where, man, grown folk didn't ask you how you felt. You know what I'm saying?
No, they didn't.
They didn't give a damn they asked the necessity question. Are you hungry?
Are you real?
Are you tired? Do you need to go to sleep? You know what I'm saying? Are you thirsty? These are the questions that were being asked. There wasn't no, man, how you feeling right now? They ain't give a damn how you was feeling.
No.
And so you just grew up, you know, like you just came up. And so I think that's the most interesting thing right now with the questions that's being asked. You know what I'm saying? How does so-and-so feel after this fight? Who cares how you feel? Win, lose, or draw. Get what?
Yeah. Nobody never cared.
This how you eat. This how you eat. Did anybody, hold on.
Go ahead.
When you come home from work, they ask you, man, how you feel about work today? Nobody don't care how you feel about work.
Maybe my daughter, that's about it.
Yeah, not other men.
I gotta go be a father. Thank you, brothers, for letting me on, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
See you tomorrow,
peace, brother.
But I gotta ask you this though. Is Free still here? Free. You heard us kind of going back and forth. What's your thoughts on it, Free?
I disagree with some of it. I agree with some of it.
What do you disagree with?
I disagree with what Pittsburgh T said that's not the norm, because in this day and age, that is the norm. What's not the norm is for the athlete not to speak. That's not the norm. They want these athletes to speak. Remember, you got Marshawn Lynch. He got fined because he wouldn't speak to the media. They fined him. He said, I'm only here so I won't get fined.
That was the greatest thing ever.
I'm only here so I won't get fined. So they want. It's more so these athletes are so used to people doing other things for them as they was coming up that they're not comfortable. And that's the reason why they need to speak, so they can get more comfortable in front of the media, in front of interviewers. They need to speak more so they can get comfortable, because this is the time of day where you're gonna have people want to do interviews with the fighter. They're gonna want to talk to them on these different platforms and things like that. And if a guy is not comfortable talking to people, then you kind of messing up your own brand, because the people nowadays, they want to know what's going on with the fighter. What does he have to say? And even
what is he wearing today? Does he have on chrome heart jeans today?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what these new niggas is worried about.
And age that we live in now, they wanna know what the athletes got to say. How do they feel about the situation? So I disagree with that. But I do agree that the diehard boxer fans, they don't really care. They want to know who's the next fight that he's going to fight. That's all they really care about. What's the next opponent that you're going to fight? And it's almost it's kind of barbaric, because these fighters don't even get a chance to chill and celebrate before they being asked, okay, who's your next opponent? Like that, I just got finished fighting. I mean, are you gonna let me get a chance to breathe? I don't know who my next opponent is gonna be. We haven't even thought that far. We was game planning to get through this fight. Now you asking me 30 seconds later after I got my hand raised, what's next? I don't. I mean, if you want me to be honest, I don't know what's next. You tell me. I don't know. You got to look at some
Hey, Free.
You cold.
Hey, Free.
Free is stone cold.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Free. Now, me and you both are guilty of what you just broke down and explained. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we both guilty of this. Ain't that part of the excitement of boxing? No, ain't that part of the excitement? Man, he just went in and did this, man. What's next? What is he gonna do next?
I mean, yeah, I mean, we speak to some of the fighters. We want to speak to some of the fighters. I mean, if we are privileged enough to speak to them, we want to be able to speak to the fighters as well. So I mean, yeah, they want to be able to speak to the. I mean, because you see, when Devin Haney talked, when he had that face off, you saw he was stuttering and things like that. And when Tank Davis was able to talk for himself, we thought Tank Davis was stuttering, he was fumbling over his words because these guys are not comfortable talking for themselves in front of the camera when there's nobody there to answer the question for them. They're not used to doing it on their own. They're used to somebody else there right there to speak up for them.
Well, I mean, I give you a little bit of pitch by free. I would just say, when I say the exception, I'm talking about the guys who have active fathers, who the father overshadows the son. Like in all those instances, the father is who we go to, the LeVar Balls, the Devin Haneys, the list goes on and on of those guys. But even Deion Sanders, when Deion Sanders show up, even the coach that was hating on his son is over there trying to get pictures and autographs. Like those guys their sons are going to default to them because their sons are looking at them like, that's my fucking hero. I'm just going to follow what he say. Now, that could be a detriment, no doubt, but also that father's going to be able to guide him in the way that he see it. Now, we cannot see the vision that he has, but that's going to be a plus and a minus as long as that father gets other people in the camp when it's things that he can't do. I think that would be the biggest detriment, not so much as him talking, because it's him talking or not talking in boxing. I don't think it matters that much if you get the win, right? Because like you can stutter and not speak that well. I don't think it mattered that much. People want to see that leather on somebody's face. I don't think none of that talking stuff don't really matter because we see people say all kind of crazy stuff and get in the ring and get beat all around the ring. I don't think that really matters as much. As long as you ain't sitting there looking illiterate, I don't see that it's a major problem. It could be a problem, but it's not a major problem as long as you're winning.
No, it's not a major problem. But what I will say, I'm glad you brought it up. When you brought up Deion Sanders, because of his polarizing figure, he cost his son millions of dollars because teams didn't want to deal with Shador because they thought they might have to deal with Deion. I believe that's the reason why he dropped to the 5th round instead of being in the second or the
They
first
got
round.
Dion back from what he did in the 90s and stuff,
I
talking
don't
all
know
that
what they
ish and
I don't know
winning
what they got Deion back for. I just know
and backing
because
it
of
up. That's what it
Deion,
was.
But he
because of
would have never got
Deion.
them in that. But it worked both ways, free, because he would have never got those NIL deals in college,
Yeah, he
though.
got all them boys deals free.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, but what I'm saying is, he cost his son millions of dollars because you can't tell me that Shador was a 5th round draft pick compared to these other quarterbacks that got drafted before.
But he would have never got those college deals, though. He was getting millions in college, though, free. He was getting millions in NIL deals in college because of his daddy.
Yes,
That's what he was
millions
getting.
of dollars, but his father also cost him millions of dollars.
But it's okay. You
But
know what, though, free? You can't
can't get
stop
it.
God. And you know
Yeah.
what? That kid is destined to play football.
And
He's going to play football, and he's
all
going
you
to do
got to
well
do,
at playing football.
yeah, all
That's
you
just
got to
it.
do with the NFL is get the opportunity. That's it. As long as you're able to get on the field, all that other stuff don't matter. People don't care.
And you see what the coach is doing, and you know what's up? He's real humble too. He know to play. Like really, you going in for a 2-point conversion after the game that he had? You take him out of the game. That's just complete hate. Those look like moves by the NFL. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's the coach.
Stefanski is a former coach of the year. So let's not act like he's just a trash coach. But what he's not doing a good job this year. But
he's trash,
let's
bro.
be honest,
He's
bro.
trash.
Let me say,
He's trash, bro.
we went 3-31 before he came, right? The Browns were 3-31. That bought Baker Mayfield. That bought Nick Chubb. That bought Myles Garrett. That bought Denzel Ward. The Browns really revamped from those horrible years and doing great drafting, just like we did this year. We did really good drafting. I don't know what it is. And I want
Don't
to hear
start
from you.
these lies. Don't start these lies.
Hold
It's
on,
the
hold on,
coaching,
Joey.
BBO.
Hold on. Joey Dorsey is one of the best drafters in the NFL. That's the guy that drafted Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Honey Badger and Kareem Hunt. I mean, Dorsey's record is unblemished. If you look at the Browns right now, Andrew Berry probably has one of the best drafts of his life. I mean, we got probably the defensive rookie of the year. We definitely got the best rookie running back. We probably got maybe a franchise quarterback out of this. William Graham is looking pretty decent. I mean, I thought he had a hell of a draft. But let me ask you guys.
Hold on. Dylan
check this out.
Gabriel is a franchise quarterback?
No, you know who's playing, man. Stop it. You know who's playing.
Stop.
Man.
Well, that ain't what we seen. Y'all trying to sabotage the brother already.
The man throw for 300 yards and score 4 total touchdowns.
So y'all didn't try to sabotage that man today?
No, that coach did. I think that's the NFL sabotage.
Because I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna ask you guys this right now.
I don't believe
Do you
Stefanski's
guys
that
think
stupid.
that there is something working against Shador?
The machine.
Anybody can answer. Go ahead.
The machine. That's what's working against him. Like that probably came from Goodell because you heard what that man said. They were told not to draft him. You know what? Stefanski's getting close. They about to win. You know what? Take him out. Take him out. Now Stefanski's looking crazy.
I don't think that was Roger Goodell. I think that might have been the ownership. That might have been
whoever. Yeah. The powers that be. Then I'll say that. The powers that be.
Everybody's buying Shador jerseys in Cleveland.
Whoever's the powers that be don't want him in the fraternity,
so
bro.
So you said you don't think D. Haslam and Jimmy and D. Haslam don't want Shador to be successful?
No. Because the owner would have been like, I don't care what y'all do. He's starting week 3. Week 4 this
like
mess.
The owner makes them draft Shador.
Yeah, but that coach can clearly know. But now the problem is, look, this is a problem.
And
we
the
know that
general
the coach,
manager. Who else is it?
Well,
Somebody was like, I don't know. This wasn't my pick.
But we know on the field, the guy who calls all the plays is the coach. The guy who's taking them out of the plays, taking them off the field is the coach. Now, is there somebody telling him to take him off the field? I don't know. But we know for sure, I ain't never seen nobody punt the ball 10 yards. I never seen that ever happen before within 30 yards. I've never seen that in history. So we know he's doing some weird stuff that's never been going on before. So who knows? I don't know if he in bed with the mob. I don't know what's going on. I know we ain't never seen nothing like that before. So we know for sure. Yeah, we know for sure he's in the middle of it. But I'll say this part of it too. With Shador, you also have to remember, because his daddy is who he is, all those college games he had, he stood out there in front of those press conferences. After every game, he had a major press conference where the win or lose, he had to stand up there and listen to all the reporters. So he's media trained. He's the opposite of what you were saying about Devin Haney. He's the absolute opposite. And he learned that as a teenager. So he's not the same as far as that part goes. And professionalism, because of the way his dad, the level of professionalism that his dad did from where he came from. So if anybody's built for this particular situation,
mic breaking up.
Oh, yeah, if anybody's, yeah, if anybody,
yeah, you bad, bro. No.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
I'm doing the Robert Feldman. Say something.
Nevertheless,
he fell up. Go ahead, Doug.
BBO, I'm gonna jump off of here because I got to get up early.
Oh,
Yeah,
no problem.
I think
We're pouring concrete tomorrow. It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. But I don't know who's making that call for Shador, but whoever is doing it, it seems like they're looking to get another high draft pick. They like, the season is over with. We're trying to get another high draft pick to make the team even better, come back next year. So I mean, and we always have that suspicion that teams be wanting to tank the season when they know they're not going to make the playoffs. It's never been this obvious that the team is tanking the season, because I'm like, dog, what the heck is going on? Y'all clearly got a good quarterback. Why y'all not putting them on the field like that? like I said, I don't know what was going on in practice. I don't know what's going on in the team meeting. But you cannot tell me that Gabriel is a better quarterback than Shador. We see the play on the field. Gabriel is not a better quarterback than Shador. Why is he still getting the opportunity when we saw what Shador can do? We saw what he can do. Now in 2 games, we saw it in 2 games what he can actually do when he gets the opportunity to get on the field. And y'all still want to try to give this dude Gabriel chances to get on the field. For what?
And that was a horrible draft pick.
Yes.
I don't think he was a 3rd rounder on anybody's board but ours. I don't know how.
Oh, man, dumb draft board. I can tell you that.
Y'all looked shocked when we did the draft. Y'all sounded shocked when we picked him.
He was not on our draft board.
Me and Free, correct me if I'm wrong. I think me and Free both had this man is like a 6th round pick.
That was
I think I might have had him 7th round.
That was your exact words. You had him in the 6th round pick, and I think you said you didn't have him in the draft. What did you say? He was a free agent? Free? I can't remember.
No, I think I might have had him in 7th round. I know I ain't having no 2nd or 3rd, whatever he went. I know he didn't go that high.
I don't think we should be holding that high though. Like that draft pick stuff, when it comes to the quarterbacks, that stuff don't really pan out with that they started off with. Most of those guys, like when it comes to the end of their career, that 1st round draft pick crap, it depends on the situation. A lot of these things, and you see it all over the place. There's so many countless people that went 1st round and they just flame all the way out. From the Jamarcus Russells, you name it. We done had so many dudes that get in the wrong situation and they just flame out. They don't even make it to the field. Forget, they don't put no tape on it so bad. Some of these situations with some of these organizations, they're just horrible. And it's not even remotely close. I just thought that I didn't think he was the 1st round draft pick. I didn't think he was a 5th round draft pick. But as long as he went to the Browns, I felt like he was going to get an opportunity for us to see whatever the hell he could do. And we've seen what he could do. And thus far, he looks like the starting quarterback. Now, will he improve? Who knows? But we know that this coach, some of the stuff he's doing is just, you can't even run past it. It's so obvious. You can't even focus on Shador because it's so, like that punt, the last game where they punting the ball inside the 30 instead of kicking the field goal. I've never seen that. That's got to be like, he need to be investigated by the FBI, the whoever do, like, yeah, he got to be investigated for that.
They punted the ball inside the 30?
Yeah, we did. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I never seen that in my life. Had never seen it.
Now that's something. Now, you would get 1 or 2 things. If you inside the 30, you get 1 or 2 things. Either you're going to get a field goal or you're going to go for it on 4th down. You're not punting the ball inside the 30.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. He needs to be investigated. And the last game when they went for the 2-point conversion, for what? Why are you going for a 2-point conversion when the game would have been tied? Like some of the stuff he does is so crazy. It's like either somebody got one of his loved ones tied up hostage somewhere and he owed him money, or he just, he in the tank for this dude. So it's something going on. We don't know what it is. It's funny business.
Now, you said you didn't think that he was a 1st round draft pick. And BBO might remember me saying this. I know Doug remember me saying this. I said Shador is going to surprise a lot of people, and I believe he's probably the best quarterback in this year's draft. I believe that he was better than the 1st round draft pick. That Tennessee took. What's my guy from Miami?
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. I thought Shador was a better quarterback than Cam. I think Cam Ward is more of a running back that can play quarterback. I never believed in Cam Ward as far as an actual quarterback. He's a running back that can play quarterback. That's what he is. And we see that when Shador's on the field, he plays a lot better. They just went head to head. He played a lot better than daggone Cam Ward did. A lot better than Cam Ward.
Yeah, but Cam Ward got a horrible team too, so that can't be overlooked too, man.
He got the worst offensive line in football. Two
I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
horrible
looking
got a
at
horrible
receivers.
team, bro. His
I'm
team is
looking at the
horrible.
play of the quarterback. I'm not even.
Yeah,
I understand that the
yeah, but
He's
team
his
is
played
line is
God.
terrible.
not that
Yeah, his
great.
No,
line is terrible.
he's played God
His line
awful.
is terrible, bro. Yes, his
Let me
line is
get
horrible, bro.
Dub on it. What you think on this, Dub? What you got on this, Dub?
Shit, that ain't what you want me to tell you. I ain't lying to you.
But no, let me ask you this: when you look at Cam Ward, he don't look like no number one pick.
Say it again.
When you look at Cam Ward at Miami, he didn't look like number one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I can
saying
hear,
when
I
you
can
look
hear
at
both of
Cam
y'all.
Ward, when you seen Cam Ward at Miami, nobody would have told me Cam Ward was the best college quarterback. I thought Jackson Dart looked better than he did in college.
Well, I would disagree with you because me and Free, we went through this draft scenario, and almost everybody we talked to all had Cam Ward as the number one guy. Free, correct me if I'm wrong when I'm saying this, but I think 98% of the people that we talked to, I think maybe there was one or two people here there that thought Shador was the better quarterback, but Cam Ward was overwhelmingly suggested as the number one individual. Overwhelmingly.
Yeah. I just don't see it. There's nothing about his play has shown me that he's any good. What would you say to that, Doug?
Well, I mean, I don't think that there's any quarterback that comes into the league, regardless of how good they are, that just affects the game immediately. The quarterbacks who are able to do that, they have a surrounding cast that's impeccable. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a high-rated quarterback, you get picked in that position for a reason. And the reason is because the other team, the team that's picking you up, their offense is trash, and they ain't got nothing, so they need something to build around, and they picking you to build around. That's usually what happens. So you don't really have a choice. You don't really have a chance coming in there immediately. But it's interesting because if you look at what's going on in Carolina with Bryce Young,
Right.
Bryce Young, he's starting to build a little bit over there. You look at what the brother in Chicago, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, yeah.
He's starting to build a little bit over there. You know what I'm saying? So you have these little pockets of areas where you have these young guys, they starting to build. It ain't perfect. It ain't perfect, but it never is. It never is. So, but you're starting to see them build. I think, hey, I like the way that the game is moving right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see what you're saying on that. Yeah. My whole thing is this: when you look at Shador Sanders and you see what's going on with him, it's like is him succeed? It's like they don't want him to succeed. Am I overreaching when I say that? Because it seems like they don't want him to do well. Is that just me?
Yeah, they don't want him to score. We can see that. We could definitely see they take him out. Anytime they have an opportunity to take him out to scoring, they're going to take him out and run a wildcat when they don't score points. Like, that's the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. You don't score points, but now you got a wildcat to implement. Like, that's the most ignorant stuff ever. So they clearly don't want him to run up the scores. They don't want him to score at all. They just want him to get him in position and put buckets and sheets. And I'll say this part. Anybody ever notice those are the most commercials you ever see in any NFL game when the Browns play, bro? Those are the most commercials. Never seen so many commercials when those games come on.
That's a fact.
They don't want to get no exposure. They're like that. They on TV, but we ain't gonna give them no exposure.
They gonna play the commercials on us, man. I just don't understand, man. We got a quarterback for once, and it seemed like the powers that be are trying to block him. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the Cleveland Brown organization, if it's the owner. I don't know what it is, but clearly somebody don't want either the team or they don't want Shador to succeed. I don't know what it is. It's one of the two. Either it's the team or it's Shador himself. They don't want somebody to succeed.
That's crazy when you hear that, man.
This is the most beautiful part about it. The team hasn't succeeded without Shador.
Right.
And so I don't know if, like Free said, I don't know how that dynamic is playing out right now. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't care. And the reason I don't care is because anybody who watches the game of football, which when we having this conversation right now, we can all sit here and say, man, Shador the best quarterback over there right now. At this current moment in time, he the best quarterback for the Browns. We could all agree on that.
Yeah.
But some type of way, now they find a way to pull. What's the brother from Houston name that love the massages?
You talking about Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
They find a way to get him off the damn bench now. For what? He not been on the bench the whole damn season.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna change nothing. What we pulling
They
him
announced that they're gonna make it the starter the rest of the year. They're gonna make Shador the starter for the rest of the year.
They said they're gonna make Shador.
Yeah, they made Shador the starter. Teofimo Lopez, and he's making him the starter for the rest of the year.
Well, what they pulling this dude off the bench for?
Hey, with y'all division going the way it's going, they should have made him the starter at the beginning of the year. Y'all probably be in first place.
Nah, they can't. Not with that coach. Not with that coach, they wouldn't be in first place, bro. If they gonna run a wildcat, they kick the ball, they gonna kick punts in the 30-yard line, it's impossible, bro. I'm surprised the record is this good with that dude doing that ridiculous stuff that he did. He need to be investigated, bro. Just like your boy from the Cowboys, that receiver that was part of the Cowboys that went from the Steelers. What's his name? The one that when he was Pickens doing wild stuff, man. Man, that money stuff that made this stuff, some of this stuff be apparent. Some of these dudes that got funny, man. Pickens he didn't even try to reach for some of them balls, man. He ain't running no routes, but he did that with the Steelers. It's just very apparent now because, the Cowboys, they put them on the major platform. They get them games big. That's why the Steelers ain't really want nothing to do with him because he have games where he just would be loafing around, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Free.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, he has moments where he doesn't, and that's what I was telling Dub. I mean, this is the first season of his entire career that he's went over 1,000 yards, and I mean, crazy as it may seem, we talking about how he's been loafing in certain games. This man has more total yards than all of the receivers combined for Pittsburgh. He has more yards than all of the receivers for Pittsburgh combined.
Yeah. I just don't know, man. I think firing Kevin is a great thing. Well, who they going to replace it with? That's my only problem.
Well, that's the problem. They recycle bomb quarter. I mean, they recycle bomb coaches. They just got rid of Chip Kelly. Why was Chip Kelly in the league? Like, can somebody explain to me why Chip Kelly was in the league? They say Chip Kelly was calling plays that nobody knew what the play was. He was sending plays in that the quarterback and nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. And he was notorious for doing he do these minuscule things that are insignificant where he was trying to change the running back's position, his stance in the backfield. Like he do a bunch of dumbass shit like that. He's known for doing stuff like that all the way back to his Eagles days with when he fell out with the rest of them brothers. When he fell out, the first time he was at the Eagles, when he was the head coach, all them brothers had a problem with it. So, they just recycle bad coaches and let bad coaches be head coaches. And football, I really don't understand how they just keep doing that. It just seems like it's who's good with the owners, and then the owners pick certain coaches because they like them, and they really don't care because they're gonna make money anyways because of the profit sharing thing that they have going on. The fans are gonna show up.
Show up and do what? You hear me?
That's why they got all the TV ads on Shador. That's why they got them. So NFL can make all that money on the ad revenue. You gonna sit there and watch through it, or you gonna get the NFL Network. Either way, they making money.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. But I guess I don't know, man. It's just tough, man, because you really can't win. That's the one thing I'm saying. You really can't win, man, these days. You're almost darned if you do, darned if you don't. You think that's true?
Yeah, welcome to the brother from Miami. Welcome to that coach from Miami that they made an assistant coach. He had to go over there with Tomlin. He never got another head coaching gig, and that's the other thing. The ones that actually show promise, if they don't rub shoulders the right way, they just bury them as assistant coach or a special teams coach or some kind of mediocre position, but they won't never get that shot again. And these bad coaches just keep finding other positions. It don't make a lot of sense. It's crazy.
So what we seeing with Shador, is that really him, or is that just something we seeing? What do you guys think? I thought the Titans got a pretty good defense. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's the door.
Wow.
Hey, he's good.
He got a lot of touch on the ball. Y'all, you see that, Dub? Now, Dub, I didn't hear you say nothing about that. Did you expect all that touch on the ball?
No, I told you. I said y'all gotta pay attention to what Shador did in Colorado and was it Jacksonville or Jackson State? Wherever. I think it was Jackson
State. Yeah, Mississippi.
Yeah. Shador, quarterback. He's played on a team that both the teams that he played on didn't have real good offensive line, and he still was able to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So he's a good quarterback. There's no doubt about it. And that's what I was telling Hot Rod when Hot Rod was like, man, he's trash. He this, he that. I was like, no, you haven't been paying attention to Shador, because if you paid attention to the quarterback play of Shador, you can see the boy can play. He can play. He makes good throws. He makes good decisions. He got legs. He can run if he needs to. He doesn't really make bad decisions. So he got to get the opportunity.
We still hold the ball too much free. He still hold the ball too much free. That's the only criticism he got. He hold that damn ball too much.
I think
they know he like to hold that ball too.
We get that from a lot of the young quarterbacks nowadays.
Yeah, he probably grow out of it for now. That's his biggest. His only two gripes he had was the conference that he played in, the competition, and he hold the ball too much. Those are the only things people ever said bad. Which those things, if he get a chance, he'll flake them out. If he's good enough, he'll flake those things out to get experience.
Yeah, that comes with time and getting comfortable in the offense. He's holding the ball because he's not the starting quarterback, or he wasn't the starting quarterback, I should say, and he didn't have a lot of time with the number one. You're not sure if that receiver is going to be there when they're supposed to be there, because you're not used to playing with them. So that's why you have these young quarterbacks that hold the ball too much. That's what I say. You get it with a lot of the young quarterbacks because they're not 100% sure. Once they get comfortable with the receivers and get comfortable with their offensive line and the playing scheme, you'll see that they start to release the ball faster. They're more confident in where they're supposed to go with the ball, and they know that the receiver's going to be there, or if the receiver's not there, either it's a penalty or something happened and the receiver fell down or something like that. But it comes with being more familiar with the playbook, being more familiar with the receivers, and being comfortable with your offensive line that they're going to block. And once you get that, you'll start to see the release be a lot quicker. He's making a lot of veteran decisions instead of making a rookie decisions. But it's just a part of having that playing time. That's why they say you got if you didn't have him as the starting quarterback and you know your season is over with, when you drafted this man, let's see what we have with him. Because once you know that you're not making it to the playoffs, you know your season is over with. Put the young guys in there. Let's see what you got, because now you got to evaluate these players and see what you need to pick up for the next season, because your season is already over and done with. There's no coming back from it. You're not making it to the playoffs. Now you got to see what you got with these young draft picks that you picked up.
But that's you don't think that's bad coaching on free. Look at Myles Garrett, how good he is, bro. Like, imagine that guy being that dominant on another team, and having a mediocre quarterback and not winning at least half of those games, man. There's no way, like, they shouldn't be losing that many games, man. That's just horrible coaching, man. Like, absolute. You can't have that dominant of a player run around getting all them sacks and y'all getting blowed out. That just don't make any sense, man. That's just crazy work. That don't even make any sense. The Baltimore won where Ray Lewis, most people can't even remember the quarterback that Ray Lewis and them won with. That's how insignificant the offense was.
Yeah, I mean that was Trent Dilfer. I remember that. Trent Dilfer
he
was a game manager. That man Trent Dilfer couldn't throw past 35 yards. He couldn't throw past 35 yards. He was a game manager.
Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl in 2000.
That's what we
with the Ravens. With the Ravens. Yeah.
This is the thing. The Ravens won a quarterback despite they won a Super Bowl despite the quarterback play. Not because of the quarterback play, despite the quarterback play. Because they had the best defense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you get certain defensive pieces, like, look, that year, I believe, I might be wrong, but that might be the year. The Ravens didn't allow nobody to get over 100 yards rushed on them. Nobody. The entire year. Nobody got over 100 yards. Like, that's how good the defense was. They just needed you not to turn the ball over and get us a couple field goals, and we gonna take us home. Don't worry about it. We probably get one on the other end too. There's no way that you got that guy that's that dominant, Myles Garrett, and you getting blowed out like that. That's impossible, bro. That's like having a Shaquille O'Neal. You should always be in the game, man. There's no way that you should be getting blowed out. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he got 20 sacks, Dub, but
2000 Ravens defense was the best defense in NFL history. They beat out the 85 Chicago Bears. That was the best defense in NFL history.
I don't know about that, Free. I think that's.
I'm going by stat wise. They are the best defense in NFL history. Stat wise, they were the best.
I don't know about that. I mean,
no, I'm telling you, this is what I do. I talk football. This is what I do.
But
You go stat for stat. They were the best defense in NFL history. They beat out the 85 Chicago Bears.
Yeah, but that's just stats, man.
I don't think that's better than Lee. Well, I'll take that back. Ray Lewis, Rod Woodson. I mean, I'll take that back. And then they had
Ed Reed.
No, Ed Reed.
Team. Yeah, they had
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed wasn't on that team.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was on that. He was on that.
No, he was not. No, he was not. He was still in college. Look it up. He was still in college. He played for the Hurricanes. It was Rod Woodson was their safety back then. I know that because Shannon Sharp was on that team.
How many Super Bowls do Ed Reed got? If Ed Reed got 2 Super Bowls, he was on that 2000 team because they only won 2 Super Bowls.
Look him up. He wasn't on that. He was in college in 2000 and 2001. You forgot he played the Ohio State Buckeyes with Willis McGahee and Jeremy Shockey and all them guys? In 2001, he was still in college. I know that for a fact. I used to watch college football hard back then when I was like 10, 11 years old. They didn't get Ed Reed. Ed Reed came later. They had Rod Woodson back then.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're the best because then you still got that Steelers team. The first Steelers team that Tomlin won that Super Bowl with, that defense was serious with James Harrison and them boys. They weren't playing around either. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, you got the Chicago team, you got that Steelers team, and them. I would say those are the best ones. I don't know which one you say is the best. It's kind of hard to debate.
Hold on, real quick. Ed Reed was drafted in 2002. Let me
BBO was right.
make sure I get this correctly. He was the number 24 pick in the first round in 2002 by Baltimore. That's when he was drafted.
Yeah, they had Rod Woodson back there. Yeah, good.
Okay,
check.
So BBO was right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because the thing about that team was if they got one touchdown with Shannon Sharp, they was gonna win the game. I don't know how they was able to do that, but if they got one touchdown They was gonna win the game because God rest his soul. That dude Goose that they had on the interior line. That's before they had Aloy Nada. Is that his name? Aloy
Yeah.
Nada. When you couldn't touch Ray Lewis, he was a menace, bro.
Yeah, it was a
He was a
problem.
menace. I mean,
It's
same
problem.
thing like when he got Lee. What was his name? Is his name Lee Studs?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dude.
Suggs was on that team.
I'm looking at it right now. They said the best defense in NFL history: 2000 Baltimore Ravens, 85 1976 Pittsburgh Steelers.
They don't got a 2012 Seahawks. That's crazy. I'm shocked.
They shot the Steelers on there. That first year they won with Roethlisberger. He wasn't doing nothing. He was a manager, bro. He wasn't doing a whole lot. He wasn't doing a lot either, man. That defense was serious too.
They was a good defense. They just wasn't the best defense in NFL history. But when you talk about the best defense in NFL history, is the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, the 1985 Chicago Bears, and the 1976 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steel Curtain.
Yeah, I don't know about the Steel Curtain. That's way before my time, bro. I've seen them tapes of them boys. Yeah, that ain't for the even cap like that. The Bears was barely a shadow, a twinkle. Seen a little piece of that.
Only reason I know that 2000 team, because y'all got to remember in '95 they took my Browns from Cleveland and moved them to Baltimore. We had to watch that punk Art Modell win the World Championship. What's his name? Yeah, Art Modell. That was in the mid '70s with Chuck Noll in there. That was in the '70s.
That's 1976.
Yeah, you got that. I don't know much about
1976 Steel Curtain. That's what they. The best defense. He said he don't know about the Steel Curtain. That was way before his time. I said, okay, when did they start going by the name Steel Curtain? If you said the mid '70s, they were the best defense. 1976.
Yeah.
You can't get no mid '70s in the '76. That was the year I was born.
I can't. I seen the Bears though. I seen that Bears refrigerator team. That's before me. I had to take. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see them. Those stats are what they are. I mean, stats are good to a certain degree to get you to the ballpark. And then you got to use your eyes to see what you see. Some stuff just jump off the screen. You just know what it is. Like you could just see it. Like Barry Sanders is probably the best running back in history. Like you can see it. You don't need no stat for that. I don't know what his stats was. I just know he was the best. I don't got to see nothing else.
He was 1,500 yards away from breaking Walter Payton's record when he retired. And Emmitt Smith said, I appreciate Barry Sanders retired because I would have had to play 2 more additional seasons if that man.
Yeah, he went out.
Yeah, but
hey, what was your squad back then, Dub, in the early 2000s, late 90s? Who was you watching back then?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching the Cowboys since I was born and raised. I've been a Cowboy fan my entire life.
Oh, man, you might have PTSD, Dub.
Yeah, that man Barry Sanders was mad. I wouldn't say. I mean, you got arguments for Jim Brown. You got argument for O.J. Simpson, but I didn't get a chance to watch Jim Brown play live. I didn't get a chance to watch O.J. Simpson play live. I was around.
Did he win MVP as a rookie?
Who?
Jim Brown, yeah. Jim Brown, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I don't think you'll ever see that again.
Yeah, but Barry Sanders was the best, bro. That was a trash team he was on, bro. That team. He never had a quarterback. He never even had an offensive line. Forget the quarterback.
Rodney Peete was pretty good, man. Stop that. Bunker Will
Come on, man. Bro, stop it, bro.
He didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have no receivers.
He wasn't going to the Pro Bowl. Stop it, man. He was going to the Pro Bowl.
He was going to the Pro Bowl because of Barry Sanders, bro. The guy was getting the ball and a linebacker in the backfield at the same time, bro. On multiple plays in the game, bro. Like, stop it, man. That line was awful.
If you watch Barry Sanders, I mean, I know you're kind of young, so when you started watching football, Barry Sanders was retiring when you started watching football.
No,
But
my uncle was on that team. That's why I know a lot about that team.
okay, but what I'm saying is, if you was able to watch it, I know what you're going at the stats and looking at old video, but if you was able to watch the game live, you will realize there's no doubt all they had was Barry Sanders. That's all they had. There was no doubt about it. If Barry Sanders wasn't on that team, they wouldn't have won a single game. I remember
So y'all
that
saying
game that they
Rodney
played.
Peete was trash? Is that what y'all telling me? Rodney Peete was trash? Is that what y'all telling me?
No, he wasn't trash. He just wasn't. We don't know how good he was because the offensive line was that terrible. The offensive line was absolute butt trash. The only reason he had an opportunity to throw the ball was because they can do the play action. That was the only reason. And they would load the box up because every play they was loading the box up for Barry Sanders. And they load the box up for him.
Yeah, Rodney Peete wasn't trash. Look at every one. Barry Sanders had more negative rush attempts than he had positive attempts.
Oh yeah,
he would go through a game with more negative attempts, but because he broke it for big games, you never paid attention to the negative attempts that he had because he ended the game with 120 yards, 150 yards, 200 yards. But he had more negative attempts than he had positive attempts. He was just breaking for a 60-yard touchdown or a 30-yard touchdown. So it would erase the negative attempts that he had.
No,
it was crazy.
Let me ask you this, Dub. Did y'all hear these brothers say Rodney Peete, who went to the Pro Bowl? Let me double check.
Throwback Rodney Peete.
No, Rodney Peete he was privileged to play with a exceptional, great running back. If Rodney Peete didn't have Barry Sanders, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Rodney Peete didn't have Barry Sanders, people probably would have never heard of Rodney Peete.
Yeah,
that's
how
good Barry Sanders was.
I would agree with that.
That's a fact. We don't know how good Rodney Peete is because Barry Sanders was just that damn good. That's just the fact of the matter. And everything was geared towards Barry, and it really wasn't no scheme that they had because they catch him in the backfield and he'll run 5 yards east to west and still turn it up 20 yards or something crazy.
Hold on.
It just didn't matter.
I was wrong. Rodney Peete didn't make the Pro Bowl. My bad. I take that back. He didn't make the Pro Bowl.
He wasn't. I mean, he was all right.
Let me look because he started with Barry in 1989. So
he was the best quarterback Barry had. Put it like that. He was the best quarterback Barry had. And they ain't saying a lot.
Yeah,
wow, he wasn't that. I take that back. Y'all might have been right. Uncle Rodney wasn't that good.
He wasn't that good. He was all right. I mean, he wasn't booty trash, but he wasn't good either.
Rodney Peete was a middle of the pack quarterback. He was a middle of the pack quarterback. Like I said, the only reason why people know who Rodney Peete is because they had Barry Sanders. And so people paid attention to the quarterback and the running back. That's the only reason why people knew who Rodney Peete was. If there was no Barry Sanders on that Detroit team, nobody would have known who Rodney Peete was.
I got to give it to you for you right. Maybe because I was little meeting Uncle Rodney, I thought he was better than he was. He threw.
No, you weren't that good. He was okay though, but he wasn't like Troy. He wasn't like Emmett that had Troy and the boys. Like it wasn't like the thing about him was that he was doing it with these either mediocre or the ones that came before and after him were just absolute garbage, man. They were horrible, and Barry Sanders was doing what he was doing. It was almost downright abuse because they wouldn't get a quarterback. It's like, what the fuck are they doing? All they had to do was get a quarterback, and they would have won. That's all they. He got 2,000 yards. Can't even remember how many games they won. I think he might have did that with a losing season, if I ain't mistaken. It was something crazy like that.
I think he did that in that year. I don't think the quarterback had 2,000 yards.
Yeah, I think they did it with a losing season. That's abuse.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. Is Troy Aikman? Now, I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking. I didn't watch much of the Dallas Cowboys back then. Is Troy Aikman really a Hall of Fame quarterback, or he just played with Michael Irvin?
Yeah, most definitely.
He was good.
Most definitely.
He was good.
Yeah, no, Troy Aikman is most definitely a Hall of Fame quarterback. Most definitely. There's no doubt about it because Troy Aikman was putting up numbers in a time where it was a run first offense. He was putting up numbers. So yes, like when we talk about people like John Elway, Joe Theismann, Joe Montana, uh,
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman, Randall Cunningham, those guys, they was putting up yards in a run first offense. Now it's a pass first offense. But back then, it was around the running game. You ran the ball more times than you threw the ball back then. But now it's different. It's flip flop. So the numbers that Troy Aikman was putting up back then was numbers
Yeah.
that was jumping off the screen because you wasn't seeing quarterbacks put up 300-yard passes back then. They wasn't doing that on a regular basis. So when Troy Aikman would do it, you were like, "Damn, he put up 300 yards." That
He
at
didn't
that
seem like he
time,
had a big arm either. That's the part that shocked me. He didn't seem to have a big arm either.
yeah, I mean, he didn't have a huge arm because, like I said, it was a run first. They wasn't building up quarterbacks to be what they are now. They was building up quarterbacks to protect the lead once they get the lead. They just protect the lead. They didn't make no mistake. Don't throw an interception. Get it to your one or two reads. If it ain't, dump it down to the running back. That's what they did. But now it's so people so built on scoring a lot of points and throwing the ball that the running back is almost obsolete. If you can't catch the ball out of the backfield, they don't want to do nothing with you.
So let me ask
But
you
yeah,
guys
Troy
this.
Aikman
Who's
was
the
definitely
best
a Hall
running
of
back in the
Famer.
league right now?
Uh, I would
I
have
say
to say
Jonathan
right
Taylor.
now,
What about you?
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor right now.
So is King Henry not as good as we thought, or Jonathan Taylor is just better this year?
No,
I still like Henry. I still like Henry for the best.
Henry
I
is
just,
still good, but
yeah, because I think he can do
Henry,
everything, and he's a monster.
yeah, Henry is still good, but Henry is an older. People pretty much know what they got to do when Henry's in the game. Stop the box
Man,
and take his
N-
legs out.
man, give me
Nah.
Gibbs. Give me Gibbs over all them brothers. Give me
Who?
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, I think Henry different because the quarterback hurt. I think that's the only thing that you're saying. They're able to key in on him because the quarterback hurt. Quarterback was hurt. That changed that whole dynamics because he could do everything, and he a monster. So I think that's what's hindering him his production right now.
Yeah,
And he a
that's true.
collision back at that. People got to remember he a collision back. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's fast. He's fast as all get out. He ain't no Christian McCoy yet. You ain't running him down.
Yeah. When Derrick Henry take off, 9 times out of 10, it's to the house. It's to the house 9 times out of 10. I only seen Derrick Henry get maybe 3 times out of all the times I watched Derrick Henry play. And once he break it, when he break it to that sideline, I think I only seen him get walked down 3 times. Usually he's gone to the house when he hit that sideline.
Yeah, I
But
don't
Derrick
know.
Henry is still a good running back. He's still a good running back. You could still win with Derrick Henry. He could still put up 100 yards any given game. It just this year, Jonathan Taylor is on a different level this year.
I just think, as far as football goes, Super Bernard, man, pulling through, Super my man Mark. I just think when it comes to football this year, I feel like it's like no real stories. Now we got Daniel Jones down because I thought the Cardinals were gonna win it all, didn't you?
I don't know.
Because I think the Rams and the Seahawks are the best teams in the NFC. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, no, because you gotta put.
Can't think of who else could compete with the Rams and Seahawks when they're in the same division. Because the 49ers are hurt bad, you know.
Hey, y'all think it's over for the Chiefs? Y'all think it's over for the Chiefs? Y'all think it's over for the
I think so. I think they got to rebuild.
Caleb Williams, that he covered up some of his flaws. He made sure Caleb Williams got the ball out fairly quick, and he had multiple reads for Caleb.
When he was playing under the other head coach, their offense was real simple, and it was easy to shut it down because you had one or two reads, and if it wasn't there, Caleb Williams had to try to improvise. So with Ben Johnson being there, he made the offense a little more pass friendly. So now Caleb Williams can succeed a lot more with that offense that he's under right now.
Yeah. I think football is great, but let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think gambling's gonna dismantle American sports? Because we keep seeing all these gambling things where we don't know if it's real or not. Do you think gambling's gonna ruin our sports in America?
We already seen it. You seeing dudes step out of bounds and nobody in front of them. The goal, the touchdown right in front of them. And they had a 20. Seeing dudes not reach for balls. Yeah, we seen it. We already seen it. Seeing dudes not reach for balls that's falling at their feet and they're not even sticking their hands out. We seeing it now. Dudes is looking up. They running, looking up at the scoreboard, trying to figure out if they're gonna step out of bounds and trip themselves. Like we already seen it.
What you guys think about what's going on in Congress today? Where we seen, I thought it was kind of out of bounds, but you seen the Congress call out the WBC. What you guys think about them calling the WBC and how they did Terrence Crawford?
I let T talk because I already talked.
I think it's ridiculous because the problem with the WBC is they made an agreement on how much they was going to charge him. Now, with Terrence Crawford, if what he's saying is correct, that Mauricio came back and came with a different amount, then that's a bad move by him. But they agreed to a price and he came back with a different price. You're not going to stick me up for that belt. That ain't, nah, man. That ain't what we agreed to. You don't get to just slide the scale up when you feel like it and pimp me out and I got no choice. I got a choice not to pay you. Keep your belt. I think when these sanctioning bodies do stuff like that, I would hope and pray that these boxers will stick together. Really what needs to happen is all of them need to give Mauricio his belt back and let him know the leverage that he think he had while he doing stupid stuff like that. You can't, the boxers already got managers, they got promoters, and now you got the sanctioning body sticking them up too. Like, come on, man. These guys ain't making you splitting the money up too many different ways. And then you got these type of greedy people doing craziness. That ain't right, man. I never understood people like him. Then they smile and look like they ain't doing nothing. Like, come on, man. You agreed to the price. The man said we're gonna pay you. Let the man pay you the price and go on about your business. That all that extra stuff. Then he did that crazy stuff where he put it online that he hope he's safe. Like, come on, man. Like, what you doing, man? You ain't no gangster, man. Stop it. That's just ridiculousness, man.
Hold on, man. Pittsburgh, you should be arrested for saying that, bro. You trying to make it seem like Mauricio's a thug? Did you hear that, brother?
He was on.
Brother Bernard, did you hear that? Everybody keeps talking about how Mauricio said he wish he was safe. Was that wrong? Mauricio wished the man to be safe?
Man, cut it out. Man, I just say this. You got to look at it from two aspects. One aspect is the average fighter needs the belt. The average fighter needs it. The superstars, the very few superstars, can make the same money without the belt. With that being said, I look at it as if whatever you choose to do as a fighter, that is your own choice. If you want to continue to pay sanctioning fees and keep your belt, do it. If you don't want to pay sanctioning fees and give the belt up, you should do it. But I've never seen where on a consistent basis, fighters who make $50, $60 million say, I'm going to take 20% of my purse and divide it amongst the fighters who only make $1,000. So you got to do whatever you deem good for you and your career. For those who are blessed to be making $50 million, you a hell of a dude. So you don't need a belt. But for the ones who are not fortunate enough to be that guy and they get their hands on the belt, they better pay that sanctioning fee. Because when the day before you won the belt, you was Joe Blow. The day after you won the belt, you was Joe Blow, the WBC champion, WBA champion, IBF champion, WBO champion. When they introduce the average dude when he walk in a restaurant as the champ, you notice the bill ain't as much as it is when they introduce you as Joe Blow.
But what do you think about people insinuating that Mauricio was being passive aggressive by saying he wished Terrence Crawford good health? Do you think it like that?
He was being passive aggressive. Come on, man.
What Mauricio gonna do? He's 60 years old. What he gonna do?
Man, whether he gonna do something or not, he made his position. He said what he said. What is Terrence Crawford gonna do? These ain't street thugs. These are millionaires. They got millionaire problems. The average person will never be in the position that either one of them are in. So for me, if Mauricio busts him in the head or he busts Mauricio in the head, it don't change my situation. That's the biggest problem. People insert themselves in the stuff that don't have nothing to do with them. People give opinions. People give opinions as if their opinion changes the price of tea in China. These people don't care. Do you really think that Mauricio was sitting up listening to Talk Television, ESPN, or anybody else tell him how good or bad he is? Man, probably in the middle of his pool.
But I think that's part of the problem, though, brother. That's part of the problem. Get a lot of feedback.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen to this. If you don't like a certain fighter, if you don't like a certain sport, if you don't like a certain commentary, every single one of us have the right and ability to change the channel. If you want to hurt somebody and you really want to hurt them, you got to affect their pocket. And every time Mauricio say something, every time Bud say something, every time Devin say something, every time Canelo say something, every time Floyd say something, nobody turns the channel. So do they really want to hurt these people, or do they really want to hear what they got to say?
Yeah, but I think that's two different things, though.
That's
because Mauricio, no, it's not. Because Mauricio, the problem, Mauricio was trying to do business with Bud. So if Mauricio's trying to do business with Bud, and they're both millionaires, you're not going to insult the millionaire and get him to do what you want him to do. That's a guy with pride. That's a guy that's got to a certain status. Between them two, it's not going to work. Between us fans, yeah, you're correct. But between the millionaires, no. If we're doing business together, you're not going to insult me and then tell me that I have to do business with you. It's not going to happen.
Man, bro, let me say something. 99% of the people in the world do business with people that insult them all day.
Not in that profession, no, brother.
No. Just and for real. You got clothes designers that call black folks niggas and monkeys, and people still killing over their clothes. And guess what?
But they're not. But that's not. They're not doing business with each other, though, brother. They're not doing the business where they bash each other side the head.
Any time that you exchange product or action for money, you're doing business. Anything that's done is a transaction. And if you can go justify buying clothes from somebody who call you a nigga or a monkey, and you can justify it standing in a line outside for 5 hours to get a pair of shoes, then people slapping you in the face. You paying for them to slap you in the face. So what's the difference? I think
it's not the same thing, brother.
It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not. I don't have an exclusive contract with that company. Where's my livelihood on line? No, it's not. I'm just a consumer. That's not income for me. It's not the same thing.
But you're doing business with them.
No, I'm not. I'm just a consumer. No, I'm a consumer.
But as a consumer, you're spending your money for a goods. If you don't spend your money for a goods, that company goes under. So you are doing business with that company.
Brother, do you work at a place where they treat you bad, where they talk crazy about you? Would you continue to keep working and doing contractual work with a place that treats you like that? That's the difference.
If they pay me better than somebody else, I'm gonna be real with you. If they paying me better than somebody else,
well, I mean that's your choice.
If I make
most people not.
If I make $1 million, and I'm using the equation what they say, if I make $1 million a month, and the man give me my check every month, and say, "Here, you black bastard," I'm gonna say, "Okay," and I'm gonna cash my check.
But what if you got a choice? But see, you acting like you don't have a choice. If I could tell you, you could go over here and make the same money and not get treated like that.
Well, go do it. Go do
it. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should or shouldn't. What I'm saying is, as an employee that has options, and you're gonna flex your options when you can. As a consumer, you only got one option: buy it or don't. That's it.
But once again, the consumer has choices. If choice number one is telling me that I'm a monkey or a clown, then I can go to choice number two. Choice number two ain't right. Choice number three. Everybody has choices. But when it comes to this boxer situation or any athlete situation, people hold a higher esteem for these people. People hold a higher esteem. I just don't hold a higher esteem for these guys. If you don't want to deal with them, don't deal with them. If you want to deal with them, pay the fee. If you've attained a level where you don't have to pay the fee and still can make 50 million, by God, go get it. But if you haven't attained the position where you can make 50 million without the belt, you need the belt to make 50 million, you need the belt to make 2 million, then by all means pay them people. The only people who have, or the people who had the biggest problem with a person making a business decision is broke people. That's why they call rich people problems. Because broke people make decisions on ideals. Rich people make decisions on finance.
No, brother. Rich people will not do a deal and not make money because they don't like each other, bro. That happens everywhere, man. Now, man ego is a man ego, bro. That's gonna happen no matter what. Like that, it don't matter if you poor, rich, whatever. We've seen rich people that don't do deals. We've also seen people put their ego down and do deals. So some people ego can't handle that.
I'm a Bud fan. Did he just learn about paying sanctioning fees with this fight? Did he pay sanctioning fees in the past? In the past, when he was coming up as a champion.
They agreed to the fee, though, brother. He didn't have no problem paying the fee.
Listen to what I'm saying. When he was coming up as a champion, not the Bud now, but the Bud at the beginning of championships, where they don't negotiate no fees, did he pay it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay,
but if you negotiate a fee, if I sit down with you and negotiate a fee and then you go backdoor me, no.
So if you negotiated a fee, I mean, if you didn't negotiate a fee and you knew these fees existed, when you get to the point where you can negotiate, if he does something you don't like, walk away. That's your right. That is your right. Walk away. And he chose to walk away. Drop the belt. After that, it's just two pissing contests. After that, it's just two pissing contests. Because at the end of the day, Bud ain't give him a coin, and he took his belt back. But to conceptually think if every fighter do it, every fighter is not in a position to do it. The average fighter needs these belts. The average fighter needs these belts.
Well, why do they need the belts? Because you're not unionized. That's why you need the belts. Until you have look, but we always complain about fighters not making money. Fighters are always going to be in a contractual state unless they can unionize. The strongest people that make the most money in all professional sports, they're all unionized. The NFL, NBA, MLB, soccer. They're all not even soccer, but they're all unionized. All the ones that make all the money that we drool over. Those are they're taken care of.
First, you have to have a league in order to be unionized. Those guys do not have a league. Boxers, let me tell you why boxers won't get a league. Let me tell you why boxers won't get a union. Because in order for them to have a union, they first have to have a league. And then if they got a league, 99% of boxers wouldn't get hired. With boxing, with football, you got to get drafted. You got to make a team. They got to offer you a contract. The best of the best football players play in the league. The guys who aren't the best, they at home when they playing flag football. In boxing, all you have to do is go down to your municipal center. For $50, you can call yourself a pro. That's the biggest thing that's going to hurt them from becoming a union, because there is no structure. Now, the minute that they do make a league, it's going to be about 97% of boxers that need to go find a job. Because guess what? Now, you just can't go sign up to be a boxer. Then promoters, when you make it a league, they're going to have a criteria. So that 0-78 dude, that was his last fight. That 19-31 dude, that was his last fight. You will only have the quality guys. So you're going to eliminate maybe one of the largest part-time employment jobs because you gave them a union. And now the owner's going to say, you got your union. Now 99% of y'all will never put on a pair of gloves unless it's at the YMCA.
Yeah, but I disagree with that, because that's part of the structure of the contract. I think the problem with the unionized will be that the older the guys walking out the door, they're gonna have to lose money. So that's your biggest obstacle. The rest of that stuff can be fixed and negotiated. So the part that's
And I love this conversation because I actually work for one of the largest labor organizations in the United States. So please tell me how you're going to get them to accept every single chitlin circuit boxer.
They don't have to. They don't have to.
So you're gonna put them out of work.
But listen, in order for you to have a union, they're going to have to strike. That's the first thing. Nobody's going to agree to a union. That's the first thing.
First of all, who's going to agree? No. You're on the side of don't try to cross over to my side and showing you why not. Stay on your side and showing me why. First of all, they're never going to agree. If I'm making $50 million a fight, do you think I actually care about giving any percentage of my money to the rest of boxing? And half of them, no, 90% of them are on the chitlin circuit.
See, that's a different thing. I just said, like, that's not the same thing. We got into this conversation. We got into this conversation because you were talking about creating a league. I was telling you they don't have to create a league. What has to happen is they have to band together. In order for them to band together, they're going to have to create a league. A union. In order for them to create a union, they're going to have to make them lose money. That's the only way that you can create a union, is to create a union to make them lose money. That's the only way. There's no other way. You're not going to be nice about it.
When you finish, I'll ask you one major question. How do you create a union if you don't have an industry? So tell me one place where there's no league, if you want to use the concept of league, but they got a union. In order to have a union, you have to have employees. Employees of what? A league.
Right.
So once again,
nurses got a union out. There's unionized nurses. There's unionized longshoremen. What are you talking about?
And what do nurses have? They have an industry. They have hospitals. So they
subcontract all the time.
They do have a league. They have a standard. They have a rule and regulation committee that creates a standard that they go by. So if you say boxers create a union, Who are they negotiating with? Because if the promoters are a league, then who are they
They can't.
negotiating with?
The networks. You don't need promoters.
There ain't no networks dealing with no
What are you
chitlins.
talking about? You got Netflix. You got. Listen. You got. Yes, they are.
Not
No,
making
no.
any money. Cut it out, bro. No network is going to deal with a bunch of chitlin circuit fighters that is.
You're talking about the bottom, brother. You're going to the bottom extremes.
No, I'm talking about
You're going to the bottom extremes.
No, I'm talking about the majority.
But nobody's coming to see them. They're coming to see the stars. So you take your stars. Hold on.
The majority. What are you talking about?
Hold
Unions are
on.
based on the masses, not the minority.
Yes, because guess what? Because PBC only has certain fighters that everybody knows. They got a bunch of fighters that nobody knows who the hell they are. But they go take their stars and they negotiate with the networks. The same thing with Top Rank. They take their few stars and they negotiate with the network. So if you're organizing your labor together and you're taking your few stars and you're negotiating with the network, that's what you're doing. It's the same thing minus the promoter.
So you're gonna ask the 10 stars out of the 300 fighters that PBC has, the 10 stars, you're gonna ask them to give up a percentage of their money so that the rest of the guys get something. They ain't done that yet. In the history of boxing, they ain't done that yet.
Well, see, that's a different argument. But I'm saying if
you just said
no.
You just said You just said the promoter takes the top guys and does a deal. That's because that's because they already got those guys under contract. If they have to do that, they have to tell these guys, hey, guess what? 1/3 of your money, because you are the top grossing guys, will go towards making sure everybody get paid. Then guess what? Them dudes ain't re-signing that. You see Canelo and them bounce around promoters right now. They bounce around. So if you think one promoter gonna say give up 1/3 of your money, Canelo gonna leave. He gonna go to the promoter and say, Canelo, I don't want you.
You don't need a promoter.
I'm not asking you 1/3 of your money. We're not gonna take any. They already own the best dollar. What are you talking about? Only 8.
You don't need you don't need a promoter, brother. See, that's the problem. You're eliminating. But hold on. If you got a contract, okay, cool. But if you got, I get it. But if you got, I'm gonna tell you, if you got a contract, you're eliminating the promoter, you're eliminating the manager because your labor costs, your raises, all that stuff is already baked in. So that you don't need to sit there and negotiate that. Most labor unions, and if you notice, you're part of one, all the raises and stuff is already negotiated. The person, all the rules of where you work, how you work there, all that stuff is negotiated out. So all that is management. You don't need a manager no more. You don't need a promoter no more. You're direct line to the network.
So you gonna run everything yourself?
No, that's what the contract is for. It's a deal between the labor union and the networks. That's what the deal is to. The network is running all that.
But listen to what you're saying. In order to have a labor organization, who are they working for? The networks ain't doing no direct, brother. Have you been watching boxing in the last 30 years? How many fighters actually have a direct deal with a network? Come on, brother.
But that's what I'm telling you. No, you're missing my point. You're talking about it. Now you're making an individual point. I'm saying if the group got together, I'm saying if the group got together and they went to the Netflixes, they went to the Amazon Primes and made a deal, then they would have everything that they needed. That eliminates the promoters, that eliminates the managers. They don't need them.
You just went on something that is fictional as hell. You gonna ask dudes who get $50 million, that small group, do something together where it still ain't gonna work out to where we're getting this money, we're still losing some money, and it going on like if. Let me tell you
every union is formed like that.
The only thing my granddad used to say about if a bird had a radio in his ass, it'd be music in the air. That's the only thing.
But there's not one union in America that's been formed any other way without a strike. There's not one. No union forms without a strike. Name one.
Listen to me. You're right. But you're talking about striking in an industry where the promoter is going to tell all of you guys who are selling tickets to get the fuck on.
Okay, so the writers is okay. I'll give you an example.
Let me
Go ahead.
explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. When they did when Amazon did the deal with PBC, the only motherfucker that Amazon guaranteed they had to have was Tank Davis. They did not give a fuck about nobody else on that roster. They could have took that roster. This is not what I'm guessing on. They could have took that roster and shoved it in their ass. Amazon wouldn't have gave them $1 if they couldn't get Tank Davis and the one fight with Canelo. They gave not a fuck about the rest of them fighters. Not one shit about the rest of them. When every major promoter going all the way back to Don King, he said it best. All I need is one superstar. The rest of these motherfuckers is collateral damage.
Yeah, that's the old model. So you're still talking about the old model? Yeah, that's the old model.
No. Listen. Let me give you a little more. Don King did it. Bob did it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me finish. Oscar De La Hoya did it. Floyd Mayweather did it. When Floyd ruined, he destroyed HBO and Showtime just by him leaving. If all these boxers was worth so much, how the hell one man leave and destroy your whole fucking boxing budget? Because they don't give a shit about 99% of the fighters. They care about the 1 or 2 or 3 stars. That's why Canelo could own 2 days a year. That's why PBC and Floyd could own 2 days a year. That's why Manny Pacquiao could own 1 day a year, because they eat their biggest food off of the 1 day. When PBC wasn't putting on fights, what were they waiting for? Tank Davis to have another fight to create the budget. So if Tank walks the fuck away, they'll tell PBC take that and shove it in trash.
But brother, you only pointed. Hold on, brother. You said a lot there. You only prove my point. My point is that right now they don't care about the subpar.
Why would Tank do that? Tank is
I'm trying. Hold on, brother.
Tank is not going to turn down $40 or $50 million of his own.
Why not? Why not?
You see, once again, you're going off fictition. I'm going off what I
know. No, I'm not. Hold on. They just had. Hold on, brother. They just had a strike for Netflix. Just had a strike with the writers like 2 years ago, where the writers sat out. Hold on. Those are subcontractors. No, I'm talking about, brother. If you let me finish the point, hold on, brother. You gotta let me finish the point, brother. I heard all this stuff you said.
There is no
How you gonna tell me?
boxing. I'm giving you examples strictly based on boxing.
I heard all that. I know all that. No, it's the same thing. It's subcontractors.
Let's talk about the industry we're talking about. Boxing. I gave you all boxing facts. You giving me boxing.
Okay. So you want to? So I only can stick here because you want to only listen to what you want to listen to. But the problem is, the whole thing is like you're trying to tell me about the old way of boxing. That way of boxing is dying.
You're trying to sell me a dream because them dudes ain't doing it. They ain't traditionally doing it. You saying what if? I'm saying what are.
No, I'm not doing the what if. You just said at your own mouth, Amazon only cared about Tank. So all that they got to care about, they don't care about the rest of them fighters. So right now, there's only 1 or 2 fighters, a couple handful of fighters making money. All those other guys, they don't care about it. We know this. Boxing is dying off this old model of pay-per-view. If they want to keep trying to shove this stuff down people's throats, they're not going to buy it. Why would somebody pay $100 for a fight when they can pay for a streaming service for a whole year? So they have to change. This whole fictitious. No, we're looking at what's going on. Even with the pay-per-view numbers that they're trying to throw, and they're declining. People aren't paying for that stuff. They're going when they do have those Netflix fights. People are watching it because it's part of subscription. So the idea that they're going to keep doing this stupid model that does no longer work, that nobody wants to do anymore, and that they can just keep doing nothing, that's insane. It's not going to work. Boxing is going to be out of here if they keep this crap up. Nobody's paying $100 for that crap. Nobody's doing it, and they're not even big fights. They're subpar fights that they're trying to trick people to pay for this stuff, and nobody's paying for it. So they don't have the luxury of keep doing this stuff and acting like they could just keep doing it. They can't.
They don't care if you don't buy Charles Martin's fight. They don't give a fuck if you don't buy his fight. Long as you buy the Tank fight, the Canelo fight, the
They're not
Floyd
buying
fight,
it.
but they are buying it.
No, they're not. The numbers are declining. They're not buying those fights. That's the problem with your whole argument. They're not. The pay-per-view numbers have steadily been going down.
So how are they paying these guys?
That's a different argument.
I ain't seen Tank say he didn't give.
It doesn't matter if he got paid. The pay-per-view numbers are going down. You're talking about an individual fight. The pay-per-view, so the pay-per-view numbers are the same.
I'm basing it on reality. You talking about trying to?
It is. No, so pay-per-view numbers are the same.
You talking about one pay-per-view number? I'm talking about you said creating a union.
But you just said, wait a minute, you just said Tank was making his money, right? So Tank's numbers, his pay-per-views haven't went down over the last couple fights? Nah, it don't matter. See what I mean, bro? You all over the place. The numbers are going down.
I'll give you yes, but he's still making the same money.
Oh, so you okay? So if your numbers are going down and your network and the network is paying money, how long you think the network gonna keep paying money for a decline of depreciating asset? How long you think that's gonna happen, bro?
Okay, so do you think boxing gonna be dead in our lifetime?
Yes, if they keep this model up, yes. If this is the model they want to push, yes, absolutely.
Like I said, hope in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fill up first.
Well, I mean, brother, we seen the numbers decline. We see the pay-per-view numbers declining. People not buying them.
Years ago, and it's still going.
Once again, they've been saying that for the last 15 years.
I get it, but we ain't seen a decline like this.
That boxing's still going on. Did Floyd and Manny make $100 million in this so-called declining time of boxing numbers?
How long ago was that? Was that 10 years ago?
Listen to what I said. I said they've been saying that for more than 15 years. So did Floyd and Manny make that type? Okay, did Jake Paul? That's more recent. Did him and Mike Tyson make the type of money they wanted?
He got it from the network. He got the money directly from the network. With no promoter, no manager, no belt. None of that.
There was a promoter.
That's a new model.
There was a promoter because he's a promoter.
He's the promoter. He put himself as a promoter, but he went directly to the network.
He's a promoter. So once
he made his own nonsensical belt. So he went directly to the network. He did everything opposite of what you just said and got a deal.
But once again, how many motherfucking fighters have the ability to do that?
And how many people did he bring with him? Okay, so when Jake Paul went, how many people did he bring with him?
You tell me, because he ain't got no hell of a roster. You tell me.
It don't matter. The card he had, did he have?
No. We gonna talk about what you just said. How many people take it with him? Less than a handful. He got less.
Okay, so let's say six. Okay, let's say six. Let's say six.
You talking about 6 out of thousands.
Right. Let's say six. And out of those 6, 3 of those was women that would have never got that payday if they wouldn't went to Netflix. Never. So the network deals are the better. The network deals are more lucrative. They're better when you have a group that goes over there. That's my point.
Again, you asking for something that ain't happening. What group?
I just named it.
No, tell me the group of fighters who gonna do it. You tell me. You name specific group of fighters that are gonna do it, have said they're gonna do it, have mentioned they would even think about doing it. None.
You remember even Muhammad Ali wouldn't do it in the 70s. They had a chance.
None.
Bro, that's a different argument. So you think boxing on this pay-per-view model, that's a completely different argument. You're telling me, now you're asking me who said they're going to do it. I don't know who said they're going to do it.
No. We're not going to skip the subject. You said if they get a union.
I don't know who said they're going to do it. Yeah, I said they need a union. They do.
None of them said they're going to do it. None of them have openly said that we are here and we're going to create this union of us superstars. Canelo, the Charlo brothers, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, Tank Davis, just those 5. You haven't, if you want to call them the big 5, have never said we're going to come together and we're going to form a union for all of boxing. Because them niggas saying, is you crazy? You want me to put my financial situation, which is damn good, in
That's
jeopardy?
what they need to happen. Yep.
We had that in the NFL. We had that in the
That's what happens. Every union gets started like that. There's always a strike and people lose money. There's not a union in history that's been formed any other way. Name one that's happened any other way.
Listen to what I'm saying. Show me where there's somebody doing it. None of them dudes is talking about doing that shit.
Nobody's doing it. That's a different argument. We weren't talking about that. You said like, you're acting like no. The formation of them doing it and the reason why they need to do it is because of the decline in sales that they have for their pay-per-view model. Even the stars that you keep naming, they're declining. So if they're gonna stick with this model, you can see the decline in the sales.
So guess what? Then every fighter, listen to what I'm saying. I'ma say you right. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna say you right. So every boxer better go sign up immediately and fight in the motherfucking TKO league with Zephyr Boxing, because that's the only place that concept will work. And I want to see.
Nah, not TKO, brother. No.
That's what you just said. You just said they need a league.
No, you said that. I said they need a union. You said they need a league. I ain't agree no league. You said they need a league. I said they need a union.
So would there be? Let me ask you this: take away the NFL, take away the owners of each one of the teams. Do you think there would be? And just say the players have a union. Do you think there would be an NFL without no owners of the team?
No.
No, these stadiums that's a different thing. No, it's a different thing.
You just said out your mouth less than 2 minutes ago. Every pro sport has a union. Soccer, football. So once again, why do they have a union? Because they have a what?
But that's different. Look, boxing. Look, no, it's not the same thing. The NFL has to have stadiums. No, wait a minute. The NFL has to have stadiums. No, that's not the same thing. The NFL has to have stadiums. They got to have equipment. They got to have all this stuff. A boxer just needs a ring and a stadium that's already there for that event. That's not the same thing. The overhead cost of running an NFL team is way higher. The concept price of that than running the boxing. It's not the same.
And what you just said, you are 100% correct, and that's why I don't get into this argument, because I thought the same thing until Leonard Ellerby schooled me. You know the difference between a chitlin circuit fight and a top level fight? The quality of the production. Do you know why they can do a high school gym? They take a high school gym and have a pro card. If you go look at it, you'll see why you only pay $25 for the ticket. When you want to know what the difference is, when they have a top level card, even at the lowest level of the top level, because the quality that goes into it. So you can do what you want. You can have the stats that you want. But once again, you can have stadiums, but if you don't have team owners, if you don't have a league, if you don't have that, then all you got is stadiums with a bunch of union workers in it, like you said. That's what you got.
I mean,
you don't have
you get a network deal. No, you get a network deal. That's different, bro. Because networks like Netflix and Amazon. Amazon got their own studios. Netflix got their own studios. So the infrastructure is there.
Listen, so you mean if all the players in the NFL said fuck the owners and fuck the teams, we going to the networks and just a bunch
No, that's not the same thing. First of all, they can't do it. It's not the same thing. They have to buy stadiums. Because they have a contract, because they got a labor contract. They can't do it.
And once again,
they have a labor contract between the unions and the owners, so they can't do it.
So once again, did they have a league first or a labor union first with the NFL? Which did they have first?
But they have to have that. It's a different thing.
Answer the question. What did they have first? A league or
they had a league? Yeah, they had a league first. But there's plenty of industries that don't have. But there's not because there's plenty. No, because there's plenty of other industries that they do not have any of those things, and they have labor contracts and they're subcontractors. So that don't mean a lot.
I'm using what we're talking about as sports.
Nah, you're very selective, brother. You're being manipulative.
Did they have Major League Baseball first, or did they have the players?
So now you want to use. Because when I was trying to bring it up, you told me I couldn't talk about it. So now you want to talk about it? Yeah, you told me don't talk about it. You told me don't talk about it. Now it's convenient, but now you can talk about it.
Okay, all right, let's take it off the table. Let's stick to just boxing. No, we're not gonna bring, listen, we're not going to bring no other industry in it, period. Let's just talk about boxing. I'm going to talk from facts. You're going to talk from opinion.
What you mean? What opinion? So Amazon Prime isn't it? So Amazon Prime isn't in boxing. Netflix ain't in boxing.
How many fighters got individual deals with Netflix?
0.
Nobody.
Okay, so that bumps that debunked your thought on that. Tell me the next one.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. So you're talking. Wait a minute. You're talking about the current state of boxing. I'm telling you. See, you're taking a stance because of the current state is the way it is. It has to stay the way it is. I'm telling. But my stance is that it can't stay the way it is, or it won't exist.
Let me
so
ask.
If you look around,
I'm not going to answer the question. I want to ask the panel a question. When I asked him a direct question based on fact, meaning based on touching the earth, he answered me with a fictional answer about what could happen in the future. Am I right or wrong?
That's true. You're right.
So when you talk about what I said in the beginning, I'm going to give you fact-based conversation. You can only give me a hope for of something in the future. Unless you got a crystal ball, you can't see the future. I'm going on right now. I'm going on what they call fact-based ground. You're going
okay,
on
the tanks.
where I'm
So a lot of
standing.
those unions, let me say this. A lot of those unions had a. Hold on, let me read this so we can. 1 second, folks. A lot of those, what he basically speaking about, a lot of the unions that did grow, you had Joe Nathan and the New York Jets take less to make the AFL, NFL thing happen and have them be unionized. You had what was his name? Spencer. I can't remember Spencer's name from the NBA. The bigger guys did take less for the greater good. But I think what Bernard is saying is that's not going to happen in boxing. You don't have those guys who are going to think about the great. You couldn't even get Muhammad Ali to do it. Muhammad Ali was told in the 70s, hey, we can set up a small union if you would do this and that. And it required him to make less than his $12 million. And Ali said, F no. Muhammad Ali said, F no. So there's no way we're going to ever have a union in boxing just because it's not going to happen. But I don't know, you might disagree with me on that, Pittsburgh, but if Muhammad he wouldn't do it.
I hope y'all wrong. Yeah, I hope y'all wrong because I'm looking at the business model and it's not good. And we looking at even the pay-per-view model and we see a decline in sales, even from the top guys. People are streaming them. They're not paying for them. So, I mean, at some point, whatever they think they're making, they're not going to be offering that to the top guys at some point. So I think at some point it's going to be a come to Jesus moment. What that looks like, who knows? But remember, all these networks are forming up and they're merging because the money just ain't out there like that for them to just be throwing money around like they used to. They can't do that stuff no more.
Well, I would believe that if I didn't see Jake Paul just buy a doggone plane off boxing. I mean, I don't know, man. The money's there, dude. There's a reason why those UFC dudes want to be part of boxing. The money's there. I think Zuffa boxing is going to be good for the young guys, but unfortunately, what you're saying won't happen. Guys are not going to unionize. I mean, Muhammad Ali wouldn't do it. They went to Muhammad Ali to do it. You know, the time they wanted to unionize in boxing and almost worked was when you had Joe Louis and you had Sugar Ray Robinson trying to do it. And because they were black, the mob crushed them, and they weren't able to do it. I just don't think it happened.
See, y'all making a different argument. Y'all saying, will they do it? I say they need to do it in order to have in order for us to get away from a lot of this money talk that we have. That's what needs to happen. Now, will they do it? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to predict that. I know the model that they have is not good. It's only good for the few. It's not good for the many. So they need to change that.
But if you listen to a concept of voting, just to a concept of voting, how many fighters have to vote one way, or how many fighters' voices does it take to equal the voice of Terrence Crawford?
You have to get the stars. If you don't get the stars, it's pointless.
So this is what I'm saying. If you understand your answer that you just gave, showed me you really do understand. It takes infinity number of Chitlin Circuit boxers to equal the voice of Terrence Crawford. So how many, if it takes infinity to equal his voice, how many boxers do it take to equal the voice of Canelo, to equal the voice of Bud Crawford, to equal the voice of Earl Spence, the Charlo brothers, Boots Ennis, Monster Inouye? When you start lining that up and you tell these dudes you made $50 million, Canelo made 50 million, you made 100 million, Bud made 50 million, you made 30 million, and you tell these guys now you're gonna have to give up a third of that money so that it can be dispersed amongst all the boxers, which is 80% of them don't even train every day, don't even give a fuck about the career. When you got a shitload of motherfuckers that's 9-42, 0-75, 5-186. You mean to tell me you want me to give up some of my millions so that these niggas can get a check? Where if in any other sport on God's green earth, they wouldn't even be able to be pros? You got to be crazy.
Yeah, but that's part of but that could be union. That could be part of the contract, though. How they become pros.
Okay, so now,
that is part of that could be part of the labor agreement. That's what the sticking argument is that anybody can be a pro. Like they have a whole process in all those contracts on how they become pros from NFL, NBA, MLB, all of that's in those contracts.
now let me say this. Now that you got the top guys to agree on the pros, now when it really does matter, this is when it really does matter, when you got to get all those guys who have a license to vote yes for the union, but you got to tell them, all of you niggas with these massively upside down records, which is the vast majority of y'all, your services are no longer needed in the Carter. How many of them you gonna think to put themselves? How many gonna vote yes to put themselves out of work?
You talking about the promoters?
No. Now that you've got them to agree, and now they got to get it to a vote, and in order to get your vote, every boxer in the United States has a license on file. They got to send them a ballot. When they send them the ballot, they're gonna say, if you have these massively upside down records, your services are no longer needed in the Carter. That means you
No, but they don't.
No.
They don't have to do it like that.
Let me finish, because I know how these labor votes go. You have to let them know the pros and the cons. The pros are, if you have a massively upside down record, the big guys, the Crawfords and the Canelos, said they're not giving up a dime of their money. So in order to get this to pass, we had to eliminate y'all. You gonna add more than 7% of the boxing world to eliminate themselves from a job? You think they're gonna vote to eliminate themselves from a job?
But that's not how it goes, though. Because look at Amazon. But that's not how it goes. Because look, the portion of Amazon that's unionized, it's not all Amazon workers. It's New York workers. There's a very few. It's very limited. The same thing with the college players that went into a union. It wasn't all college players. It was like 2 schools that went and unionized. So you don't have to get all the labor to get unionized. That's not how that goes. They don't have to be representative of all of the industry. They don't have to do that.
And number one, once again, you keep jumping away instead of answering the boxing question. The hell with the other industries. We talking about boxing.
They don't have to get everybody in boxing to be part of a union. That's my point. You can form a union without getting everybody part of a union to be everybody part of that labor sector. You don't have to have every single person in there.
So why, if I'm the top boxer, so now you're just making this union for the top guys? Why?
No. Listen, anybody.
Who are you eliminating from the union? Tell me who you're eliminating.
Listen, anytime
No,
you
no,
have a
no. Answer
union,
that question.
I'm
Hold
telling
up. Answer
no,
the question.
I'm not eliminating anybody. Unions, listen, whenever you have a union, it's not for every single person in the industry. That never happens. Never.
What are
There's
you talking
not unions don't cover every company. Everybody that works for different networks, they're never covering everybody
Hold up.
in most
Stop
industries.
doing. Listen to what I'm saying. Stop doing that. We're talking about one industry. And when
You
we're
don't
talking, listen, before you do that, if we're talking about one industry and we're talking about labor laws covering that industry, tell me how you're going to say, okay, tell me what states won't be covered then.
That's part of the union, brother.
No,
That's
no,
part of them to
no,
figure out what a union. No, it is. No, but
answering the question, bro.
you can't limit my answer to the way you want it to be limited
No,
to.
you're
Yeah,
not
but you
answering
can't.
anything. You're not
I am. I'm
answering
trying to. I'm
anything.
trying to. Yes, I am. I'm not answering the way you want to.
Let me ask you this. What level of
Brother, you gotta let me answer a question though. You ask me questions, you're not letting me answer. You gotta
what
let me answer one of them.
okay, what level of boxer? Listen to me. What level of boxer is not part of the union?
It's not up to a level, brother. Anytime, listen, hold up. Can I answer a question, or are you gonna tell me the way to answer it?
Go ahead.
Like it doesn't. Like what you're trying to do is you're trying to make all boxers be part of this union. That's not how unions start. They never start like that. If you look at the history of any union, the formation of them was very small. In any league, that's how they always formation. So the idea that you got to get all boxers to be signed up, that's fictitious. That's not even the history of any union. That's not the history of any of this stuff. So that premise that you're working on is not a true and real. If we don't work off reality, that's never really happened.
I take that answer. Now let me ask the question this way then. Tell me how many of the top boxers do you think is going to go for that when they're actually losing money instead of gaining it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that. I don't know if it's none, some, or half. I have no idea. I don't think this is a question that's been. I don't know.
So you still giving, once again, I'm giving concrete, you giving me crystal
I'm not a
ball.
mind reader. No, it's not, because I'm not a mind reader of boxers. That's not a question that's being posed to boxers. So how would I know that? If you ask me a question, how would I know?
You're telling me something on a hypothesis. I'm telling you something based on concrete. You can't
What
keep
concrete?
I'm
What
giving
concrete?
you everything I said was fact. I haven't given
No,
you
it's not.
tell
No,
me
it's not. You just gave me, brother. You just gave me a hypothetical where all the boxers got to sign up for a union. That's not true.
So once again, I'm asking you this: if I already make between $3 and $100 million, why the fuck am I giving part of my money away that I don't have
Why?
to?
So let's go through what the benefits of a union are. Benefits of unions are pension. They're for pension, insurance, for security, for work environment. All those things are the reasons why. And your fellow man. That's what the unions are for. Now, if a person don't see value in that stuff, that's on them. That's what unions are for.
Man, let me tell you something about boxing.
Yeah, but how do you know that? But how do you know that? Just like how I don't know, but I don't know that. You don't know that either.
I'm around boxers that make money all the time, and they could give a damn about the next fighter making some money. They could give two fucks about it. Do you know?
Did you talk to him about that? Did you ask him that?
Do you know the average boxer that has his own promotion company, what the purpose of having the promotion company is for?
Brother, but how do you know? But how do you know that they don't care about? But how do you know they don't care about other boxers, brother? You make a statement. It's like, how would you know that?
Because they ain't giving them a fucking dime now. Because they ain't giving them a fucking dime now when they can do it without the union. Just out of the kindness of their fucking heart. They ain't giving them a fucking dime now.
Just give it to them for free? Like, you're not going to give nobody no money for free. Just give it to them for nothing?
Okay, now let me get back to my question I just asked you. What is the purpose of the average boxer having a promotion company? And I'm talking about the guys who are making money. What is the purpose of them having a promotion company?
The network deals that they might or might not have.
No.
Right, that's it. What else could it be?
You want to know what the purpose is? So that they can actually negotiate with their promoter and see the contracts that are being signed between them, because they're entering an agreement not as an individual but as their company representing them. Do you know how many fighters the average fighter who has a promotion company? You know how many fighters they got signed to them?
Just that.
Like,
Wait, what are you talking about? You talking about who promoter you talking about? You talking about
He
fighters
basically
and
talking about
promoters?
how. Hold on, let me say this.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Pittsburgh.
Go
What he's
ahead.
saying is, what he basically saying is this: most fighters use a promotional company like we use LLC to get more deductions. That's all.
they not signing no fighters. They ain't signing their homeboys.
Oh no! I thought he was talking about promoters, like the promoter of
No,
the
no,
fighter.
no, no. He's talking
No,
about
no.
private entities trying to make more
Okay,
money
I
for
got
the
you.
promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they was disinterested in all these other fighters, guess what? Them top fighters, them dudes that are making that money we talking about, they all have a promotion company. They could fill up the whole undercard with their guys. But guess what? They don't have no guys. They might got one or two. They may have that. And most of them is they partner that came up with them. Them niggas ain't really no potential star type motherfucker. They just a nigga that came up with them and they hang with them and they use them. Hey, he trained with me. He go everywhere. They his
Yeah,
partner.
he basically saying, like, you remember when Canelo was trying to sign Tio, and he had hold on, let me put you real quick pause. When Canelo was trying to sign Tio, the whole thing was it was a partnership where you seen Canelo actually extended himself, trying to help Tio grow as a fighter. You see what I mean, Pittsburgh? What he basically
Yeah, I
said,
got
you're
that.
not gonna see people
I
do
get
that
that.
like Canelo. They don't do stuff out the kindness of their heart like Canelo did.
I
They don't
got
do it.
that. But I mean, you never know. Like, listen, the whole thing about people unionize, you think people like sacrifice some money, you never know what a person will do until they put in a position to do it. Like, if nobody
Hey,
ever gets in put in position, you never know that.
I'm gonna just say this, Pittsburgh. I agree. I see what you're saying. They couldn't get Muhammad Ali to do it.
I got
On
it.
that note, I'm gonna say this. It's 12:35.
Appreciate you, BBO, and you
Shout out to
too, brother.
Coach. Shout out to Pittsburgh. And that's why I love to have you on, Pittsburgh.
Appreciate
You
y'all
get that
brothers on here.
conversation going, dog.
Appreciate y'all brothers, man. Hey, y'all hit the subscribe and like, brother. Appreciate you, BBO. Good conversation, brother. Y'all have a great and fantastic night.
I'll talk to you soon, Coach.
BVO. Once again, fact over fiction is a mean motherfucker, man. I swear.
I think once I explain what you were saying, you kind of, I don't think people understand what you be saying, because everything I said was exactly what you was just saying.
Once again, you tell me when you gonna get the top 5 boxers to give up a third of their money so that niggas on the chilling circuit is gonna eat.
Yeah, they've done it in other sports, but they won't do it in boxing.
Bruh, you can't name another sport where they done it. Tell me where they done it.
NFL.
No.
Joe Namath and all them guys took less so the young little guys can make more.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
NFL is based of a league. You have to get drafted to be in the league. They have a set number of people that can be in the league at any fucking time.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
The definitive number of how many people on that field make up the entire NFL.
I see exactly what you're saying.
So
a lot of them dudes won't even be in boxing no more. They will put the chilling dudes out of business.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. You gonna put the chilling dude out of business? Do you think that the
But they pretty much out of business now, if you think about it, because you don't really see. There used to be fights every week locally.
But the chilling circuit niggas ain't out of business. They thriving. What are you talking about? They got fights.
No, I'm talking about. I'm just saying they're not as big as they used to be. But used to have some stars in the chilling circuit. It's not like that no more.
BBO, listen what I'm saying. You looking for stars. Fuck a star. I'm looking for a bunch of guys willing to fight once a month, knock each other head in, and let people drink beer. They don't
Oh,
make
okay, okay. I see what you're
they
saying.
don't
Okay,
make
okay,
money off
okay. I
the
got you.
gym circuit guy don't make money off the fight. He make money off the food. He make money off the beer.
Off the event. I see what you're saying. Yeah, off the event.
You ever been to a pro card in motherfucking West Virginia, Missouri, or Montana? They
I
had a
see what you're saying.
restaurant where they moved the goddamn mechanical bull out the middle, put a ring in the middle, and they charge $25 to get in. It ain't even no seats. You go, they making their money off people getting drunk and people loving to watch two people fight each other, knock their teeth out until they done.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So if you telling me you gonna get Canelo, you gonna get Bud Crawford, you gonna get all these top motherfuckers to agree to give up their money for fighters who don't even fucking train.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
When let me tell you something. When they organize a group of people, tell me what union would if they had the opportunity to organize every boxer in the United States and send them a ballot to vote to be in a union. Do you know how many members that is?
Yeah.
We got thousands of boxers. If they made a boxing union, that would probably be the largest union of members in the United States overnight. And if you telling each boxer that they gonna pay, let's just say you tell them
something like the pro league, where you know, like they got UFC, but they got other little small things where you can pilfer guys from there too.
Yeah, but you got to remember, if Congress passes a law, does a law not apply to every goddamn body?
It does.
So what the fuck is he talking about? You don't have to include everybody. If Congress passes a fucking law, that's the law. Does the Ali bill apply to some people if they at the top of boxing? It doesn't apply to niggas at the children's circuit.
Applies to everybody.
So how the fuck does that make sense? What he said?
I see what you said. Hey man, shout out to Coach, man. You know, keep it real. But I'm gonna go to bed, Coach. I appreciate you, man. Always giving us the real. And you know, you can find the same time, same crazy place. And we out here, y'all. Peace.